planet Cybertron, and now its residents shall witness its dismemberment. Rise, my podcast. Serve your new master well. All hail Unicron.
Hey everybody, welcome to All Hail Unicron, episode 29. Now, starring me, Oscar Alonso. What a dramatic pause. It has been a day, folks. It's been a day. Starring me, Oscar Alonso, everyone's favorite fat boy collector, and standing to my right is everyone's favorite mad professor, and of course, supporter of self-euthanization. The one and only Mr. T2RX6, Justin.
Yellow. I'm such a mad professor. I've injected myself with COVID so I could try to figure out how to cure it. True story.
You're like Will Smith. Will Smith.
It's like Will Smith. It's like Will Smith. And, of course, you heard him just talk to now. He's everyone's favorite ambulance chaser, as well as Red Hook, Brooklyn's favorite streaker. Witching hours at 1 a.m. down there. The one, the only Mr. Robert D.
I give it the Aki way. How you doing?
Sure.
He's in Red Hook. He's the neighborhood over from me.
Is he?
Actually, I saw him. He has like vanity plates on his car. He's such a loser. Oh man, these YouTubers, they really let their fucking videos get to their heads. Am I right?
Yeah, well, make it Aki way. You got it, bro.
It'll be like, can I get bacon, egg, and cheese the Aki way? He's like, sure. First you get 2 honey buns. Then you get 5 hash browns. Then you get the nasty Muslim beef bacon. Then you get the beef sausage. This is disgusting breakfast food. Then you deep fry some mozzarella sticks. Then you put it all on the grill. Then you put it together.
They put on all the Marvel Legend figure of Vulcan. Hey, cut it up. Don't forget the Bev.
Halal food was great, but do not eat halal bacon. It's the worst. Halal salami is disgusting. Like, if it's supposed to be a pork product, don't eat a beef substitute. It's just disgusting.
I want to see a customer walk in there with a box of rat poison. He's be like, hey, yo, Aki, yeah? Give me bacon, egg, and cheese. Hook it up to Aki. Throws in the rat poison. Okay. We got the cheese and the rat poison and some Cheetos. We chop it up here, good on the grill. And then the guy dies.
Never. So, yeah, Justin's a little under the weather.
Yeah.
We feel bad for Justin.
Well,
I haven't been on in a minute. I haven't been on in a fucking month. I haven't been on more than a month. It's just been one bullshit after another for me. You know, I'm not like some diva who's just too good to be on, like some people. Like, I legitimately have had some major bullshit going on. You know, and it's just been fucked up. But I haven't been on since before my birthday.
You know, Robert, my kids were watching some kind of animated TV show that was, in the theme of Halloween, and there was this Frankenstein thing, and it had glasses on, and I'm like, kind of looks like Robert. I'm like, I don't know if I just miss Robert or it really looks like Robert. But,
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. But yeah, it's it was my birthday a month ago, and I hadn't been on. So I don't know. My wife took me to went for a steak dinner, and then she took me to see Chris Rock at Rockefeller Center. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, he talked about the slap and everything. I was so excited. She was worried I was going to be like annoyed, like I got bad, like I wasn't going to be totally thrilled that she got Chris Rock tickets. I was like, "What did you think?"
Chris Rock.
I know. Why wouldn't anybody be totally psyched? It was pretty crazy. Oh
man, what did he say about the slap anyway? Like.
He said it hurt. He was like, of course it hurt.
Keep my wife's fucking name out your motherfucking mouth.
He's like, that man played Muhammad Ali. I played Pookie. Like, of course it hurt. You know, he did a lot of bits. He did. There's going to be a Netflix special. But his set was 2.5 hours long. It was so, like, by the end of it, I was exhausted. You know, but so it's going to be a good special. I think it'll be a good special.
Well,
yeah. Oh, it's been a long time, guys, and I'm sitting here yawning like an asshole. But at least I'm on the show today, unlike some divas. How are you,
Yeah,
Oscar?
I'm
Good
okay.
job.
I am exhausted. I went from so those not in the know, back in August, I got terminated from a job I was at for about 3 years because I did not see eye to eye with my superior, and you know, I was walking in there ready to quit, but I did talk to Justin, so I sat there to hear what they had to say that Monday morning, and they let me go. So it's a good thing I brought all my uniform stuff with me that day.
Justin was like, swallow your pride. Don't quit. See what they have to say. And then they were like, you're fired, asshole. And he was like, thank you, Justin, for the advice.
So it's funny because I got fired that Monday, and that same Thursday I had a new job already all lined up, and I started that. So, but the problem with that job was it's not a bad job. It wasn't a hard job. I was basically delivering HVAC, heating, venting, air conditioning parts, as well as electrical parts to construction sites, as well as like residential homes. And I worked their warehouse. I have like 20 years warehouse experience, shipping and receiving and all that stuff. So I was making like $1 less than my old job. But the problem was, it was a money thing. They were on my case to get me to sign up for benefits within 60 days, but I couldn't afford my share of the bills here, making that money with the benefits being withdrawn. You know what I'm saying? So I started looking around, and then one place was going to hire me. It was like a printing warehouse where they sold printers and ink cartridges, and they were basically like, oh yeah, you'll be doing, and they let out a laundry list of just job responsibilities, and they wanted to pay me $1.50 less than what I was making already. So part of me was going to jump on it because the atmosphere just seemed a lot more positive than where I was at the time. But I used my smarts, and I didn't want to leave that job I currently had out of an impulse. It's like it's like one thing I learned, and there I could thank Robert for. I'm able to tell these kids that I work with nowadays is never make an a decision based on an emotion when you're going through emotions at the moment, because it's probably the wrong one.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many emails and text messages I type then delete.
Yeah. And that's something where I wish I would have heeded that day when I was on the phone with my boss and our regional director when he and I were getting into it, because it was all based on emotion. But when I went to go turn my stuff in on Monday, I had cooled off, and we shook hands, and we actually exchanged pleasantries.
And they escorted me off the property.
No, nothing like that. So we're not going to hang out, but I don't answer his phone calls either. You know what I mean? He used to. Remember I told you about it, and you told me not to bother answering it anymore?
Oscar, where do we put all these things? Fuck you!
Yeah, so, but then as a joke, I applied to a warehouse manager position for this popular furniture company here in town. It was like desired rate of pay. I put in a bullshit number. I knew that no place would ever take, but I figured I put in apply to it. Worst case, I do an interview and then get told they found another candidate they're going to move forward with. I go in for the interview. I shoot the shit with the guys, with the store manager and his assistant manager. We talk, blah, blah, blah. He asked me certain scenarios. What would I do with this if employee had blah, 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 blah.
He was like, all right, Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee. One of them's going to fight you. One of them's going to defend you. Go!
The Thanos to defend me. Oh, praise be his mighty.
Man, I'm really fucking high right now. I can't answer that. You're high.
I can't. I have no idea what's going on, everybody. I'm so high right now. But no, and then went back to work. And like always, when I walked out of that job, I pictured what it would be like working there, and, if they accepted my rate of pay that I desired, and I thought, wow, that'd be cool. But it's like, at the time, my luck was such bullshit. I didn't think too much about it. And then last Friday, not last Friday, the Friday before, I get a call from that place, and I figure, oh, they're gonna go out of their way to call me to tell me I didn't get the job. They offered it to me at a rate of pay that was $2 more than what I requested, so I'm making really good money now. And I started there today. And
How was it?
Huh?
How was it?
It was interesting. I have not, and it's only because like it's a furniture store, so another one of their stores in their chain shut down in Orlando, so they shipped it all to the Ocala store. And that warehouse went from like being empty and really organized when I was given a tour when I applied there to it being slammed with shit everywhere.
Maybe they just cleaned up because you were coming.
And I mean, I have never moved so many dressers, closets, bedboards, couches, recliners in my entire life today. So I'm very, very, I'm going to be sore tomorrow. I know that.
Good, man. Good exercise, though, huh?
Yeah, so the people there are cool. Seem to be really nice. Again, I'm just starting to meet these guys. The weird thing is the store is located next to a place that grows marijuana. So whenever I walk to that back warehouse, it's like a face full of just weed smells. And I'm just like, oh, I think I'm high right now. And then we got one of the guys over there going, well, I'm going to go take my medicine. I will be right back. And I looked at this other kid. I was like, what does he mean his medicine? He smokes medicinal marijuana. Okay, cool. He doesn't drive for the company, right? They're like, no, he doesn't. Okay, cool. It's a DOT violation. Yeah, we don't want that.
He does sleep in the beds, though.
So it's like, because I started there at 8 today. I was supposed to start at 9, but started there at 8. I'm leaving at 4:30. And I bump into that guy, the weed head. He's like, hey, man, you heading out? I'm like, yeah, dude, it was nice meeting you. I'll see you tomorrow. I was like, all right, cool, bro. I'll see you tomorrow. And he just leans, for some reason, just leans forward and goes, I'm so fucking high right now, bro. Oh, I got to get my girlfriend to come pick me up, man. I am not driving like this. I was like, oh, it's good for you. That's good. And I like lean forward. You always get this fucking high on the clock. He's like, no. It was a big joint, man. I was like, okay, well, we're done. So, yeah, it's going to be a learning experience. I don't expect to catch on too fast. I just got to learn where they put things there. And we have one of the big shots is coming to visit tomorrow to meet me and then oversee the overflow of inventory we have. So yeah, looking forward to that tomorrow too.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I hope to really stick around there for a long time. Especially they're like, oh, you'll be here a while because you're bilingual. And I was just
like, what did you call me?
Why'd you call me, you
I
son
don't like
of a
boys
bitch?
and girls.
Yeah. So on a more somber note, I want to give a big shout out to the family of Darius George. Rest in peace to him. He had passed away apparently a few months ago after his second heart surgery. That's what I gathered just from seeing his last Facebook post, and then his family posted the news on his Facebook. So, he was a Hasbro designer. He designed some of the figures we love from the recent trilogy. So, rest in power. And he'll be making some cool shit up there.
He's such a nice guy.
He was. He generally was.
Unlimited parts count.
He loved his dog Magnus. I believe guys like Jason Lowry, a lot of guys from the realm were really close with him. So yeah, it's my heart goes out to his friends and family. My thoughts are with them in this time. It's never easy to lose a good friend.
What about Matt?
Well, Matt got AIDS again. Thanks, Gator. So did anybody get anything besides COVID? Justin?
Nope.
Good haul. Good haul.
Mm-hmm.
Good haul. Good haul. Okay. Robert, what'd you get this week?
It's gonna be tough to recall it, but okay. I got the Headless Horseman.
Oh, lucky.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, man, that's fucking dope. Yep. So
yeah, I didn't get it because I'm like a Mythic Legions collector. I got it because it's like a Halloween thing, And I saw that they're doing a Krampus too. They did a black Krampus, but I didn't get that because
is it Krampus or Krampus?
Krampus, but he's supposed to be red like Santa, but he's like a devil. So
Well-
they're coming out with a red repaint. So I pre-ordered that.
Like red fur? Because I always thought it was like more like a brown fur with the red like hat and like a vest or coat like Santa Claus, but he has a basket full of children.
He's a mythological creature, right? So whatever you want him to be. I always envision him to be like, red, not like just blah. But yeah, these are like Halloween decorations to me and Christmas decorations, not like Mythic Legions. I'm never gonna. The only other Mythic Legion I have is the bald eagle with the American flag cape, because it's badass. Yeah. But what else did I get? I got in Galactus.
You backed the Galactus.
Yeah, I got 2.
Did not know that.
I got 2. I got one for a very good friend of mine, very old friend of mine. He's referred me like some really good cases over the years, and he used to. I remember I was in his wedding party years ago, and I saw this is before I ever collected anything like as an adult, and he had that other Galactus, the older one. It's not that big now. And I was like, wow, that's a big figure, blah blah blah. And he had all the old Marvel figures and stuff, but he's been out of it for so long. But he's loved comics and everything, all that stuff, Marvel. So, as a gesture of appreciation, I got him this because he's sent me a lot of good clients over the years. I knew he'd love this, and I'm just ruining him because now he's probably going to start collecting Marvel Legends, and it's going to totally ruin him. Azalea, don't throw a cat at me, please. I'm doing a podcast.
Oh God, no! Not again!
Go. Jesus Christ. So I got those. What else came in? Man, I'm just gonna have to remember as I go. I got in the 3-0 premium scale prime.
Okay, cool.
Big one. It's like.
Yep.
And I'm really, really disappointed, because I got the other 3-0 stuff, like the War for Cybertron stuff, and it's really spectacular. But this is built very poorly. This thing was like $500, and the LEDs don't work. The LED in his gun doesn't work. The LED, like the contact in his no, give that back, honey. You can't play with that outside of the room. That's Azalea. That stays in the room, Azalea. She wants attention. In his helmet, the contact for the battery, it was so rigid. It had no spring to it at all. You know what I mean? It wasn't a spring. It was like instead it was like a folded out piece of metal that's supposed to have some give to it. And wedging the battery in there snapped the contact. And I couldn't believe it. And like he had like little decorative pieces on him, like over one of his feet, like in his cuff, around his pants, like falls out on the desk. I'm glad it fell out there. I never would have noticed. Little gray piece fell out, and I looked. There's like barely any glue on it. Piece of his gun fell off because there was very little glue on it. Apparently, another piece around his chest fell off because there's very little glue on it. I'm really, really frustrated, really angry about it because the thing was expensive. And that's bullshit. Like, why would you spend that much time and energy and pride in your paint? But when it comes to actually assembling the thing, you don't care who does it, and you don't care how well it's put together, and you don't care if the electronics work. And I registered the warranty. I emailed them. They wanted, if it was an electronic, an e-retailer purchase, they wanted the proof of shipment, proof of purchase, and the warranty card. I emailed all that to them, and their reply like a day later was like, "Oh, please send us proof of payment, proof of purchase." I'm like, "Well, it's an online purchase, and you asked for this, and here's my proof of purchase online with the shipment information to me." And I was like, "By the way, here's the list of things wrong with this. How are you going to fix it?" They've never responded. They never responded.
What a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, I think it's like, I really don't care how good the rest of your products are. Like, I can't continue to be your customer if you're going to treat me like that as a customer. I mean,
yeah,
that's good. Well, why do you have a warranty card? It's a joke. You don't even honor it. I shouldn't even have to fill out a warranty card. Like, I bought this. Fix it. Like, who are you kidding? Like, what? Because you have a license, you can act like an extra douche? Any company with something breaks, even if I broke something, I could just contact you and you'll send me a replacement. All I have to do is pay shipping. And they just like ghosted me. So I don't know if I'm going to buy any more 3-0 stuff. And it makes me sad because I really like their figures. But I mean, I just feel like I have no respect for myself if I keep giving them money. You know, that's just terrible customer service.
You gave away that booty too fast.
This thing was very expensive. Really expensive. You know. So and it's a statement piece. Yeah, sure. Nobody would know that these things had to be glued on again. Oh, also, like he comes like, you know, with parts in the box that you have to assemble onto him, like his hip armor, waist armor, shoulder stacks, that kind of stuff. Well, in his gas tanks. And one of the tanks, you know, you plug it into his leg, like by his knee. Pulling it out, I noticed the entire panel on that side of his leg was pulling away from the leg.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what? And then I look and I'm like, there's a screw hole, you know, in that area, and there's no screw in it. And then I ordered a bunch of little screws and a little screwdriver because I didn't have any. And I went to the other leg to remove the other screw just to see it, to make sure I had the right size screw.
Right.
It was stripped. It was like a pure hole in the top of the screw. I'm like, I can't even remove that screw to see. It's like, this thing's put together like shit. No response. I emailed them twice about all these issues. No fucking response. And I've just been so busy with other, you know, bigger issues that I haven't circled back. But I'm gonna send them a scathing email tomorrow, you know, and contact the e-tailer. Like, look, they're not honoring shit. These are all the problems with this figure. You know, can I return it? You know?
Yeah.
It's really bothering me. But that was a real kick in the nuts. But I think that's about it. I haven't gotten any legends in. I mean, I'm still waiting in on a bunch of legends that other people got. I'm just waiting for them to get shipped. Yeah, that's about it. A couple of big items. You know. Oh, and Engine of Vengeance failed. That was nice. That was hilarious. You know. But yeah, that's it. What did you get, Oscar?
Got a bunch of Marvel stuff for me and for my nephew, Sebastian. He's it's weird. So my oldest nephew, Sebastian, who I helped my sister raise since he was born, he does not like Transformers at all, right? But he loves him some Marvel Legends. So sold a bunch of older Transformers to a toy store here in town, and so I picked up this is the stuff I got for him and for me. I picked up the special anniversary Hulk figure, which is a big, heavy bitch, but it's dope. I love that face sculpt. I picked up the Snake Eyes Timber pack that came out again, the different one with the white timber, not the gray one. I picked him up. I also picked up the Blue Ninja 2-pack. I also picked up Namor the Submariner from the Wakanda Forever toy line.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Also picked up the Endgame Thor, the heavyset Thor.
Huh.
Yep.
Where'd you get all this?
From different type of websites that were having sales.
Oh, cool.
A lot of them had sales. Like I didn't pay full price for any of these. I saved either $5 or 10 or 15 in some cases. For the Blue Ninjas, I had reward points on my Amazon card, so I was like, fuck it. So I used that.
The Marvel Legends, I hear you can get a good deal at Sleepy's.
Sleepy's?
Mattress Firm? What stores you got down there?
Sleep
Number? Sleep Number? A mattress store. You don't get it? Oh, people sell their Marvel Legends on mattresses.
Oh, that's horrible. That's It's fucking trash. I also got the anniversary Captain America, which has a lot of extreme detailing, especially with the scale on his armor. The Iron Man, a Marvel Legend Iron Man, which I really like his armor design, and then Marvel Legends Thor from the comic book when he was the Herald of Galactus. So that's one you should probably pick up for your Galactus, Robert.
Thor was the Herald?
Yeah, in the recent comic events, he was the Herald of Galactus. You actually killed him in the comic book.
What a bad employee, Jesus.
Yeah, he fucking slaughtered him. Let's see what else. I got the McFarlane Toys Shazam gold label figure, which I was on the hunt for quite a bit. Nice figure. Looks good with my Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson Black Adam with the hooded cloak figure I also picked up. And then, of course, I got Lenny here in my house. MMC DZEF.
Oh, wow.
I canceled a few pre-orders on the Chosen Prime that I knew weren't going to hit. Like that Mezco Superman. That shit ain't coming out till like next year, dude. It should have been on my shelf in July. You know, we're in November. So I canceled that. Just a few other like Transformer pre-orders. I ended up finding them in the wild. So I used that money to pick up DZEF, which is it's so weird. So we collect these things for the feeling of nostalgia, right? Because we have this attachment, this love for these characters. I never thought I would say this, but I kind of miss my 30s when MMC first came out, and that's what this DZEF makes me feel. And that sounds incredibly stupid, but that's just, I don't know. It reminds me of the time when Feral Rex was first coming out, you know?
Right.
It reminds you of the time when they were doing that Megatron, when they were doing Comatus, when they were doing Impactor. It reminds me of that phase when it's like, you know, the IDW comic was burning hot and everyone was paying attention to it, you know, because it was so different. And again, like I stand by my guns and I say this toy is like 5 years too late, but it's still a nice addition. I got the IDW version because that's what I'm more connected to. I never had the G1 toy.
Well, that's cool.
Watch the show. So I like it. It's a good figure. He's in his robot chicken mode right now. But yeah, then I also picked up Studio Series Ironhide. My Amazon pre-order fell through on that and delivered. And I actually ended up getting one more Blitzwing from the Legacy line, but I gave it to Ryan as a gift because he's never had a triple changer before. So I was like, here, try this one. This one's pretty good. So he really enjoys it, and he's been having a rough go at it. But that seems... Oh, I got a U.S. Agent Marvel Legend too. Also got the John Walker U.S. Agent figure from the MCU, as well as the Captain America John Walker from the MCU TV show. But other than that, that about sums it up.
That's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
That's a diva drop.
That is. But you know, I don't do drops anymore, man. Oh, I got a TV stand. That's my biggest accomplishment. That has more shelves, so I could decorate the TV stand even more. So, you know, that's cool that came in and easily assembled within like 20 minutes. But yeah, that's about it. So let's go on to movie show news. We got apparently looks like a submitted porno video of Matt and Gator fucking.
That's how he got AIDS.
Because he went raw dog and Gator.
He raw dog the dog.
He's like, come on, man, breathe hard for me, Gator.
He's probably
I'm almost done. Hell, Hasbro.
Because of the jokes, he's gonna quit the show. Watch.
He doesn't listen.
He'll be like, hey man, I'm on the show more than you. One time I gotta work, you talk shit like I don't come on the show. Meanwhile, where's you been?
I got 10,000 subscribers. I'm so much better than you, Robert, you motherfucker. Fuck you, Robert. You fucking fuck. You sick fuck. You cunt face fuck. I hate you, man. Damn. I love being me. I'm awesome.
Oh, shout out to Matt, though. I really appreciate it. At TFCON, he went hunting for me, and he got me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he got me some good figures that I was looking for. I really appreciate it.
No, he didn't.
He took time out of his day. I really need him to go out of his way to find me some stuff. It was really great.
Yeah, I'm sure. So let's go on.
Beast Wars figures and WrestleMania figures. He really took a lot of time.
So let's go on to our first bit of news. TFCON Chicago recently happened. Oh, yeah. They're coming to Orlando next year. So, of course, I'm going to be seeing hopefully some people around this area at that show. But the guys I've known for a long time on Facebook, like Robert, Justin, Bobby Skullface, he's not coming to Orlando. You know, a lot of the guys I'd love to meet aren't going to come to this one because it's in Orlando.
It's just going to be you and Spiros again.
No, Spiros lives out west, and I think I want to say, I'm going to be wrong, but he doesn't listen either. Like Cleveland, I think.
Hey, Oscar, I got an Uber customer
He
for
does
Orlando.
not talk like that, dude. He does not. He and I
You
are
want a
big.
euro?
He and I are big fans of wearing extra medium Zelda video game shirts. But yeah,
Hey,
so
Oscar, let's compare tit size.
of course,
Opa!
OMG!
Opa!
Look at my 86 Ford Crown Vic. I always bitch about gas price, but I get 9 miles to gallon. It's Crown Vic. I get all the pussy.
I love Huber.
I am Huber. I am Huber driver.
I am Huber driver.
Last night, some guy tried to come in Huber. I was like, no, not so fast, Baba Yaga. You are Baba Yaga.
You're Baba Yaga.
You
I
are
am Huber, and I make tacos out of truck.
You whore. I love you.
I eat all my tacos. I make no money.
Yeah, I pay you for sex, so you pay me back. All right, so let's get started with today's news. TFCON Chicago. So yeah, TFCON's been official for Orlando, October 2023. I'm gonna go to it. Justin's not. Robert isn't. They'll have reasons. Fucking
I
families.
already got tickets.
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
So yeah, you guys aren't coming. I'm sure my new friend Ricky. Maybe that'll be the first time he and I fucking finally hang out. And hopefully Joe will make it down. Joe S. Who was talking about making a trip out of there.
Ricky had a very annoying Facebook post today. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
It was like copy and share, but I know you won't.
Did you see what I did to Bobby's Halloween picture post?
Yeah.
Look at the one where he has like 14 photos up, but look at the one of him dressed up as Skeletor and the lovely Mrs. Skullface dressed up as Evelyn. But look at those comments that I wrote there.
Wait, they were dressed up as Skeletor and Evelyn. I just thought that was Bobby Skullface and Laura.
No. Does she dress like that? You guys were there. I've never been to his house. Not that I think he'd ever invite me, but you know.
What photo?
It's one of his uploads from his, not the Bobby Skullface page.
Feet.
But
The big doe's trying to cast the spell. Skullto. Freedom is mine. All shall kneel to Skullto.
Yeah, I do it to him because I'm a horrible person and I need to validate my self-worth by lightly razzing on him. So speaking of lightly razzing, let's go ahead and talk about TFCON 2022 third-party panel. Up first is HBD Toys, Half the Battle Toys, with nanobots. This is the stupidest fucking thing.
I am very surprised about these things. Like, I was talking about these a little earlier, and like from what I understand, they're only like 1 inch tall or something like that. Like they're like ridiculously small, but they have like, I don't know, like a ridiculous amount of joints. And like, how the heck are these things not going to just snap like the first time you move it? You know, like that elbow is just stiff, and you move the arm once, and there goes that tiny little the ball joint there. I don't know. I don't see how this thing holds up.
Matt's gonna go to the emergency room. He's gonna be like, I fell on some nanobots. And they go do an X-ray and see like the 24 nanobots shoved up his ass.
They fell in there by accident, sir. Mr. Deluxe. Your hand smells like fecal matter. No, well, that's because I was trying to get him out or put him in. No, man. Yeah, you got me, boss. Shove them up my bum just for Gator.
What are these supposed to scale with?
City bots. So you're supposed to be like little bots that kind of look nice with your big city bots. So.
And supposedly 14 points of articulation.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can see. Yeah, Megatron has at least 13. Yeah, you can see it. Oh man, one little thing falls off a ball joint. It's gone.
Oh man, this is definitely one of those things where you could. I mean, obviously they don't transform. Thank God. There's some jerk off going to be like, well, why can't they make them do that and make them that small? Gobbling dudes in alleyways to buy Haslad Vengeance of Vengeance.
The Dr. Wu is pretty small, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like
Ravage is 9 millimeters.
Man.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
Gives Matt penis envy.
Oh shit, that's fucking horrible.
Fuck you, man. Oh,
That is 0.35 inches tall.
Hey, Justin, did you have a Halloween costume?
What do you mean?
Did you wear a costume yesterday?
No, yesterday.
Why not?
Because it's sick.
You're a jerk. Did you go trick or treating?
No. Well, I took the kids went trick or treating. I just kind of hung out on the curb. So.
You're just a bum. That's what you told people. I'm a bad father. That's my costume.
Exactly.
I raised these two kids. I'm a cough in your face, and I'm gonna go fuck some dude behind the Outback Steakhouse by the garbage cans.
I'm a sperm donor. That's what I am for Christmas or Halloween.
You just work your way into some woman's house. Come on, babe, let's do this. Well, okay. You seem smart. Yeah, I'm an engineer or whatever the fuck they do.
There was a parade in Park Slope. There's like a Halloween parade, and there's cops on every like corner along the avenue. Even after the parade's over, they're just hanging out with the barricades, and it's like a mile from where we are. And like I guess traditionally we walk to where the parade ends, like at this kid park. But we're walking. It's kind of late. We got a late start. You know, the kids are trick or treating, and I walk up to a cop. I'm like, Lisa's like, well, why don't we just walk there? I'm like, honey, it's 7:30. It's a school night. We've been out for an hour. Let's just go home. And I'm like, they're probably the parade's probably dispersed already. I'm like, here, I'll ask this cop. And I walk up to the cop. I'm like, hi, officer. Meanwhile, I have a knife. I have a fake knife through my head. You know, one of those things you put on top of your head. And the cop looks at me. I'm like, don't worry, I'm not really a stabbing victim. And they're like, what? I was like, no, seriously, though. The parade, is it over? And she was like, yeah, the parade's been over a while now. You know, they ended at the park. I'm like, see, the officer said that the parade is over now and it's dispersed. There's no one there. And she's like, no, they're still there. It's probably a lot of people there. I'm like, the officer just told me that the cops have made sure everybody got out of the park under threat of trespass. And she's like, what are you talking about? I didn't tell you that. I'm like, the cop's telling us to get away or we're getting arrested. And she's like, oh, and then she looked around at my wife, like, and she's like, oh, I'm not getting in the middle of this.
Not today, officer.
Not today.
Speaking of not today, so yeah, look how small these things are. These are insanely tiny. That cliff jumper is barely the size of a fingernail.
Yeah, I mean, like, when you think of that, some of these things are like 2 centimeters big. Like, how in the hell are you doing any kind of articulation that either this thing's not going to hold up and it's going to be floppy, or it's going to be too tight, and the first time you move it, it's going to break?
Yep.
Loose pieces. It's a good, interesting idea, but I think it's just, you know, they're not going to look right, and they're too small. You're just gonna
like you can even see it. You can even see it in the promo shots they have. Like, they're all like oddly proportioned and everything.
Yeah.
Like, they just don't look right.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Not for me.
People are really interested in them. A lot of people are really psyched. But
then there's a picture of Unicron holding a hammer. I don't know what the fuck that's about.
Why would he need a hammer?
I don't know. People
can just...
Let's give him a hammer, guys. Let's give him a hammer. Need a fucking hammer.
Oh, God. And all the spikes are on the side.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. Like, you know, whatever. So Half the Battle Toys continues with, I guess, Soundwave becoming... Is that a hiss tank, Justin? I'm not G.I. Joe fluent.
Yes.
This is old news.
Is this old news?
Yeah, that's old. That. I think that was last year they showed this illustration. God.
Oh, they have it looks like a professionally artist rendered Soundwave with very glowy eyes. It's probably that one artist that does all the Transformer comics before Alex Milne got fucking on board.
Now that you actually mention it, Robert, I do remember that they've shown this off already.
Before Matt knocked Alex Milne off?
Yeah.
Was it Matt or Oscar who's like, I steal all your work?
I can't remember, but I do recall.
Well, I think it was Matt.
It was. Yes, it was.
He blurted out that he just pirates all the guys' comics.
Uh-huh.
Good
hey,
old...
Fuck you, man. At least I'll read the comics.
Fuck you, Robert. You're a piece of shit, man. Mohan Toys and Nako Make LR-03 Legend Reborn Series, the Ash Lord Grimlock model kit. This looks kind of neat. It is going to be made out of plastic ABS and die cast at 31 centimeters, 12.2 inches, 12.20 inches. Features over 830 parts. It's a PG level, so I guess that means it's like a Gundam scale thing. Ew, that's a head sculpt?
What's up with his face?
Yeah, exactly.
What's wrong with your face?
This isn't
Holy
Grimlock.
shit, that is not Grimlock.
There's
That's how you avoid copyright infringement.
Right.
Robert.
You're like, this is just a transforming robot that just happens to turn into a
It's just
T-Rex.
a dinosaur
Has
skull on his shield.
nothing to do with Grimlock. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
but it doesn't transform, does it? It's just a model kit.
I believe it is, yeah.
There's nothing Grimlock about any of this except the muzzle shape is like IDW, right?
Yep.
Of the dino head. There's nothing Grimlock about this. The color scheme of silver gold with red highlights. There's no blue. There's no green here. You know, I mean, there's no silver chrome. I don't think Grimlock
Is
has.
this guy going to be posable or what? Because I'm only seeing one pose.
He's posable. But that's not Grimlock.
Be
I don't care what you
mother
say.
and father, brother and sister. Yeah.
Obviously, the next one they're going to do is Leo Convoy. You know, because that's the sculpt. They're just going to change the.
It'll be like Kimba, the white lion face for him.
That's. I mean, it's cool as a figure, but you're not selling me on Grimlock. That's not Grimlock. So, who's going to want to buy this? Unless you just love model kits, you know, and you're like, I want to have model kit, you know. They said it's Grimlock, so this is my Grimlock because someone said it's Grimlock.
Uh-huh.
And does he have two little dino arms hanging through his crotch?
Let me see.
Through the front, yeah.
What?
On his crotch
Why?
plate.
Why?
He's a T-Rex.
Are those
That's his penis, bro. Just, get on it. Let's make it Let's make it Aki style. OMG, penis for arms, yes.
That's so stupid. Like, you don't need kibble if it doesn't transform. And it looks like he's got like genital warts. Yeah. I mean, in terms of face sculpts go,
Untreated genital.
I think it's bad. It
Got
doesn't
one of
matter
those
what figure
horrible
this
meat
is.
curtains, if you know what I mean.
Ew.
Yeah, exactly. But
Hey, Grimlock tried to get circumcised. He halfway done.
that's a garbage head sculpt, regardless.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
just
like a bug.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Oscar.
Nothing
Alright,
about this
that's-
screams Grimlock.
It is.
Maybe you're right. He is only in one pose, huh?
And here's a company that's been making a splash lately, Metagate, which their G01 Haiku Drift. That's the one that's been going around, making rounds. That it is a triple changer, and it transforms into a clean-looking robot. Like, holy shit, I have seen video reviews on this guy, and it's like, wow.
That's like a nice Bugatti too. I don't know about
Yep.
the helicopter mode, but maybe that's par for the actual course. I don't know.
Well, sometimes you can't cook the whole steak well done. Sometimes medium rare. Sometimes you get parts that are well done, and that's the helicopter mode. But
Uh-huh. I mean, that's fine.
you know,
I applaud them that they made a triple changer, even if I don't think the helicopter looks that great. And maybe
The
that's what it looked like in the movie, So I don't
The
know.
helicopter looks like someone ripped all of its like outside hull off.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's got no skin.
You know what it looks like? The helicopter looks like a Lego Technic model. You ever see those?
Uh-huh.
The helicopter looks like the sack from a cyst that like a dermatologist pulls out of the skin.
Ew. Dude, why?
Oh, Justin, Love Is Blind season 3 is out.
Oh yeah.
That made you remember of Love Is Blind season 3?
Trashier than ever. Because I was going to ask him if he ever watched his Dr. Pimple Popper videos, and then I thought, oh, Justin, videos, Love Is Blind.
You know what I'm oddly addicted to is my
Okay.
feet are killing me from the TLC channel.
Huh? Dancing?
No, my feet are killing me. It's not dancing. It's about people with like disorders on their feet.
Ew.
From, like really thick callus to like overgrown skin and shit like that. And
Oh my god.
overgrown toenails that reach out and curl around one another, and people are going, I can't walk for shit, doc. My feet hurt. Takes the sock off. But look at that. You got like 12-inch long nails. Yeah, they're all intertwined and shit. My feet are killing me, man. He busts out a fucking Dremel or damn near a table saw to fucking saw those things off. Oh, yeah, keep going, man. Go, you got it, man. You got it. Yeah, okay, I got this, man. Then he shaves off like 12 pounds of skin off his fucking foot that's fucking callousized. Ugh.
And it's like all that skin dust is going in the doctor's nose.
No, he wears a mask when he's doing this stuff, thankfully.
Oh, it's like skin dust snot at the end of the day. So anyway, yeah, that's what this helicopter mode has made us digress into. That's how ugly the helicopter mode is.
Yeah, that is one ugly helicopter mode.
It's like, honestly, you could have foregone it. It's the silhouette is a helicopter, but it doesn't look like a helicopter because it's just like guts. It can't work. I know that triple changers typically one mode will suffer, but I just feel like it's weird that it's almost like I'd rather it be clean and not really that good of a looking helicopter than what looks like a good helicopter with no skin on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when you rip the skin off of a face and you see all the sinuses under it and the flesh. That's what this looks like.
It kind of looks like something that's powered by human flesh. Like you feed a loved one into the motor of the helicopter to get it going.
It looks like it's made out of meat.
It does. Like, it looks like it's made out of bones from meat, like chewed up barbecue ribs and shit like that.
Yeah, it's
like that one guy who takes 3 bites out of a chicken wing and is like, "Oh man, that's it. Moving on to the next one." It's like, "No, dude, you got all that meat left, and it's used to make this."
How much sacrifices were made? Like how much? Just overall, so that they can get that third mode out. Would you guys have preferred just 2 modes? An excellent Bugatti and an excellent bot?
I would have gone with that, yeah.
I think so, yes. That said, I don't know if either mode to me looks like they necessarily suffered. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Well, maybe the price, maybe it's extra expensive because of it. You know, maybe it's just more complicated because of it, unnecessarily. I don't know. I'm just saying, obviously it couldn't have been easy or it would have looked better. You know, I'm not trying to slam them because I couldn't design this. I'm just saying, I don't know, whatever. Next up, I'm excited.
It is your opinion, what you're entitled to, is a masterpiece scale. It's Metagate-G04 Air King, which is Pterosaur.
We've seen a third party or like a privately designed 3D printed Pterosaur. Is that this, like picked up by this company, or is this brand new?
I think it's this, but I'm not the foremost authority. I don't scour the boards all the time when I get free time. This looks nice. The prototype looks sick. It looks like he does in the show, which, you know, the way the wings clear, like I'm wondering where all those wings go. I'm assuming probably under the chest. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
But you know, the Hasbro release just has him hanging off his back, but that's just based on more on the toy design of him. But this
Dakota must be so happy.
Oh, good old Dakota from the stasis lock.
All I'm saying is, like, I'm really glad to see a third party coming in to pick up where Takara abandoned MP Beast Wars. You know, I don't know why they abandoned it.
It really doesn't make sense that they abandoned it. Like, right? Like, here's a property of Transformers you owe 0 licensing. You know, like you can't.
Yeah.
No one's asking for royalties on dinosaurs, and yeah, you still, you know, aren't doing it. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. I love my MP Beast Wars figures. I love them. And
a lot of people didn't love Leo Convoy. A lot of people.
That doesn't count. That was.
And all they did was bitch about how expensive they were.
Leo Convoy doesn't count. He's Neo. He's not like the G1 Beast Wars. It's
still Beast Wars, though.
Come on.
We're generalizing, and that's what Takara does, is generalize.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That's what's stupid for them. You're right. They probably based it on the poor sales of that figure. But I don't really know many people who knocked it, because most people who love that character like that figure. Because it looks like the crappy Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people that I saw on Facebook when he came out Loved the bot mode. Hated the beast mode.
Yeah.
Because of the face of the lion.
It's
Because it
too
was too
accurate.
cartoony. It's too accurate. It doesn't look like it. Oh, why did they hub? Why didn't they back the Haslad Engine of Vengeance?
It just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, okay, maybe it's all under the purview of Beast Wars, but that's Beast Wars Neo. It's a different show. So why do you think somebody who's a fan of the original Beast Wars,
Right,
3 seasons, would automatically be drawn to that? And therefore, why, if those sales of Leo Convoy weren't so great, why would you think that's because Beast Wars fans won't pay money for MP Beast Wars? Like, you just picked a dud.
Yeah,
You know?
it's weird because, like, you know, obviously it's Optimus Prime, or a version of Prime, not Optimus necessarily, but, you know, they were banking on Optimus selling things, but, like, Beast Wars Neo has no, you know, U.S. based representation, right? Like, we
Right.
don't have Neo, so we have no nostalgia for that character, you know. So you're solely going on people saying like it's an Optimus character, or it looks cool, you know, for a U.S. market. And like meanwhile, you know, you're just letting the actual Beast Wars stuff. Like, I don't think anyone's saying that we couldn't use like a rat trap and a actual decent Rhinox and stuff like that, you know, like yeah.
Right. Air Razor, freaking Pterosaur, Tarantulas, you know, like all of them. I mean, every season could have been so fucking cool.
Yep. They could have done a Magna Boss.
Yeah.
Or do a modern take on it.
I mean, there is so much material to pull from because, like you just said, they could have created characters that had toy releases that never made it into the show, from concept art even, but that were still true to the original Beast Wars stuff. There's so many characters that came out that were sold, figures that were sold that were never on the show.
Yeah.
People would have bought them.
Mm-hmm.
But even the basics, like, oh man, I don't know. But, so I'm really glad to see this, and I hope what this does, maybe after this first release, I hope it comes out swinging and fast and sells out. And then I hope X-Transbots or someone else or any other new company sees that there's a market for it, and then we have a competition going. I hope it's not everyone's doing a pterosaur, everyone's doing a Tyrannosaurus.
That's what it's going to be.
You know, I hope they don't do that because there's so many characters, you know, that you can just pick from. And because Perfect Effect started it, you know, I mean, Perfect Effect gets the credit here, I think.
Was it Leonidas?
You know, yeah, Leonidas. They did a few repaints of that. They did Optimal Optimus. They did Transmetals 2 Megatron, and then that other company did the giant shiny Transmetals 2 Megatron. There's supposed to be was it a Optimal Optimus that company's supposed to be making? But I feel like with Beast Wars, the writing was so good. These characters all have like enough fiction with them, even if it's just storyline fiction and not like depth of character, that they're all collectible. You know, like who doesn't want a Waspinator? Like a real great MP Waspinator falls apart on you, like as a joke. I mean, anything, and it would have to have like a sound card, a sound chip. You know, I mean, every one of those characters, they're so rich. You know, I just think you have more people are drawn to the ancillary characters in Beast Wars more than G1 even, just because there were less characters on screen, so there was more time with the characters where you could explore their personalities at least, you know, and really want them as toys. But anyway.
Well said. Moving on. The next panel is for still Metagate, but I guess they're doing
Legends.
Are they Legends?
Legends, Bumblebee movie. What is this? Bumblebee? Yeah, Bumblebee movie figures.
Complete original. No one else is doing it.
Wow.
So yeah, wonder how they're gonna come out.
Wow.
That's the first third-party Legends class movie figures I've seen.
11.7 centimeters. How many inches is that?
Like 3. See. 4.6.
That's small. Wow, they're coming in with a new Legends class scale.
I mean, you can do it, though, when you're making your own line of bots, right? Like,
They're going to change it up. Watch.
I'll be right back, guys.
Whenever you see like a third party come out with their like trailblazing, they usually adjust the scale as they go. You notice that? And then circle back, like they'll redo the prime once they set the scale, you know? Because this isn't really tenable, I don't think. It's too small for Legends, for like legit Legends. Remember, New Age even did it. You know, like the first New Age stuff was on the smaller side, and they've slowly gotten bigger and bigger while making them all kind of work together still. Or maybe it's the proportions or something. So I don't know. Are you in on this, Justin?
No.
Me neither.
No, I'm just not into the movie stuff that much that I would go after it. So, sorry.
Oh, yeah, it reminds me a lot of Legion class Bayverse. You know, there was a ton of Legion class Bayverse, you know, figures.
Yeah. With
so many shitty primes. It was hilarious. They were all bad, but they were fun. That was all there was back then. And when Metroplex came out, that's when these things were coming out.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know? So I really, you know.
I mean, you could really thank Hasbro for, you know, spraying on the whole Legends thing, because really, if it wasn't for Hasbro making that first Metroplex, like, I don't know if Legends would have really ever taken off, you know?
Correct. Iron Factory started, well, they did accessories for the Generations Grimlock. They did like a stomach filler. But Iron Factory's first like standalone Legends release was to supplement Generations Metroplex. Mm-hmm. And it was Slammer and Six Gun. Was it Six Gun?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that was the 2-pack. And it was to play with Metroplex. And that's why they came with all those extra guns and ports and stuff and plugs so that you can plug extra cannons all over Metroplex. And it was fun to play with at first. I mean, I did that a lot. I used to transform that thing at first, you know, and put as many guns as I could all over it.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, and back then it was, you know, Legion class stuff. You know. Where'd Oscar go?
Who knows?
Want to move on?
Was Iron Factory your first Legends toy? It probably was, right?
Third party, yeah, I would say so, because I got it for Metroplex.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yes. I still have them sitting there. And then at some point, that Sky Snake, the Star Scream, and the Ironhide came out, and they're like Cybertronian, really lightweight, rubbery plastic with a lot of like toxic paint on them. But yeah, I still have this Metroplex standing here with little Iron Factory figures.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a good figure.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess we can move on.
All right, what's next?
What's next? Transform and roll out. They're still making things. Oh my God, really? So they showed their Cybertron Optimus Prime, who is 9.45 inches tall. And I mean, he looks fine, but their quality has not been necessarily the best, you know?
What was their jazz like?
It's fine. Like, you know, like it was fine. You know, like, it was not the best jazz I've ever seen. It was better than I expected it to be, but it was nowhere up to par of everything else, if that makes sense. You know, like, it wasn't completely bad. So.
But other things that were out were of higher quality,
like
so
Toy World and Make Toys jazz is superior. The TNR one is surprisingly competent, but, like, it's worse than those two. You know, like, so it's like, you know, I guess by them doing Cybertron Optimus Prime, like, congratulations, you're going to be first to this particular punch. But, you know, like, at this point, like, I kind of feel like Fans Hobby is trending down this path that, you know, they're making Energon Prime. Like, they're definitely probably making a Cybertron Prime too, right? Like, I'm probably going to just wait for a Fans Hobby.
The hybrid style Prime.
Yep.
That's this?
Yeah, they hybrid style Prime also. There's a little hybrid style version of this particular Optimus, yeah.
I can't believe I still have some parts on him because they love falling out.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at him right now.
It's a good.
I love those hybrid style.
The hybrid style Prime is a good one. So.
Remember the OG?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that one. His vehicle mode not so great, but robot mode was competent. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. All right. So, are you gonna get this or no?
Nah, probably not. You know, I only have room for probably one Cybertron Optimus Prime, and I'm probably just gonna go ahead and get the Fans Hobby one when it comes out versus tempt fate with this thing. So.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I mean, I want to support them, but
yeah,
what are you gonna do?
I don't understand why their one picture they have like some weird, you know, Chinese drink or whatever next to it. Like that means like jack shit to, you know,
Right.
the panel that's viewing this. Like, here you go, here's a picture for scale. Like, we don't have drinks like that, dude.
Yeah, over here that's the size of a quarter water, and
Yeah.
that makes this thing look small.
Yeah.
Oh, yogurt. Oh, it's yogurt. Yogurt.
Yeah.
I guess that's yogurt.
Yeah. And it's fine. Like, you know, maybe if people are like, this thing is amazing, maybe I'll be interested in getting it. But like, this is not something that I'm buying into without seeing other people say, holy crap, it's totally worth your time and you need to own this type of thing.
Yeah, it's like the cab looks cool, but the grill doesn't.
Yeah.
Like there are certain things like you really should throw a couple extra bucks at paint apps
Yeah.
to set it above the rest.
Yeah.
You know, chrome it, something.
Yeah. I can't tell. Are they chromed or is it just silver paint? Like,
Oh, not the grill, the cow catcher, whatever that is on the
yeah.
sides.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
The
those things would look
pipes.
good with some extra chroming on it. And like, I feel like the back of the truck has like zero detail,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like,
Right.
you got these boxes and stuff, like why not add some paint to that to really bring out something
Yeah.
there, you know, like it doesn't.
Because the bot lower legs have some nice, interesting detailing,
Yeah,
and that
Exactly.
clashes with the blandish gray.
yeah.
You know?
And I'll say, like, I hate the LEDs that they put in too, because like they're not even like hidden in the gun; they're literally at the end of the guns, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, that doesn't look good to me. Like when you
No.
have that, like I would rather you hide that in the barrel somewhere so it lights up the barrel from the inside. Like where it is just looks like a cheap like dollar store type toy, you know.
It's like a crystal. It's like a Christmas light.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
They stuck it in there.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't dig the LEDs, and like personally, I don't need the LEDs. Like,
No.
how many things, like for God's sake, like every fucking toy that has an LED, I have to order a new set of batteries because nobody can use the same batteries. It seems like they're like, you need
Right.
LR62s. I'm like, I don't even know if fucking LR62 existed. You know, like
Right.
so you're going to order them on Amazon. You can only buy them like 18 at a time. You know, they're like
I know.
$4, but you get
I have
18
like
of them.
40 LR44 batteries I got for this 30
Exactly.
Prime that are just a waste.
Exactly. And then it's like, I'll put it in, I'll see it lit up or whatever once, and then I'm taking that shit out and it's never lighting up again. You know,
Right, because
like,
I don't want them to leak in the toy.
yeah,
They're
generally
going
the
to
watch
eventually.
batteries don't really have that problem. Like
Okay.
the, you know, the cell batteries, the little cell batteries seem to be okay versus the, like AA and AAAs. But yeah, still, like, I mean, I would still take it out just to be safe, right? Like,
Right.
even though it doesn't tend to happen, doesn't mean I wouldn't, you know, be worried about it. So, yeah, so it's like, I'm never going to keep this in. So, like, I'd rather you just, like, ditch the LEDs because I don't think that they're a drawing point. Like, add that little bit of
No.
extra paint here and there, you know? So,
Mm-mm. No. Yeah. I mean, this gray plastic, this is like 7 years ago. This would have been like so mind blowing, but people are sick of the gray plastic. You can't do that.
yeah,
It comes off as cheap, and maybe it's not cheap.
yeah,
I mean, but there's such a dichotomy between the accents on his lower legs and even on his pelvis and upper chest.
Yeah.
Even though the upper chest could use more, but you can see there's paint.
yeah,
And then the blah gray, and even I don't like unpainted red.
yeah.
It's you can't do that.
It feels very
Hey.
cheap. And like that, what's
Hey.
up, Oscar?
I gotta go, man. My wife's having a rough time. So
All right, man. Take care of her.
all right, see you.
We got it from here. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, like, I agree with you. And like, when you look at all this gray plastic and stuff, especially when you have it next to all these like vac metal chromed pieces, it's
Yeah.
like it makes it look even worse. Like, you got these joints, and like, for what reason is there? I guess it's a die cast joint. That's all I can think of in like the elbows there. Um,
Yep.
and
Yep.
it's like, so why don't you just like make the gray plastic of the forearms, like a silver metallic too? Like, it doesn't need to be,
Right.
chromed out, but like make it silver metallic, it'll look better. And like, if everything had a silver paint on top of it, like, I think it would look way better. I mean, like, his head has a silver paint for the head crest. Like, put that same silver paint for everything else.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, and they did it with his knees as well. They're obviously die cast. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, exactly.
I
So-
doubt there's a ratchet in there. I mean, this thing's gonna be horrible. This is gonna be a floppy mess.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on, I guess, to whatever's next. What is next?
XTB.
Oh boy,
Why am I not excited for this?
because there's nothing to be excited about with X Transbots, honestly. I hate to say it, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just like king of the place fillers.
yeah, and it's like after, where do you see third party in 10 years at this point, or 15 years, or however fuck long it's been? You never know which XTB you're gonna get, right? Like,
Right.
you're still either complete crap or, somehow make something that's amazing, and like, that's disappointing. Like, that's not growth over however many years you've been doing this, which is ridiculous at this point. So
Like I don't know. I don't like these Constructicons. Are they cool looking? I guess there's something a little too, like, the bots a little too weird. I mean, but the vehicles are cool, but do I love it enough to switch out, from my toy world? No.
yeah, I feel like they're almost to a fault to G1, if that makes sense. Like there's nothing super interesting about them. Like, they're there, right? Like,
Yeah.
the robot, like the long haul, like, his robot mode looks like almost painfully G1.
Yeah, like, not in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, the toy world was a freaking Hulk.
Yeah.
This is like, he looks like he's like, some disco. Let's go to rave disco. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's too inaccurate. Not really, I guess, because he has feet.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just I guess maybe I'm sentimentally connected to my toy world. Like, you've got to overwhelm me with a G1, Devastator, because I love how the toy world I have is Ocular Max, and I love the way it looks.
Yeah.
And the only issues I have with him is scrappers never coming off his leg, ever.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's it.
Yeah.
This thing is still solid as fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be cheating on him.
Yeah.
The only company I would buy to switch out my Devastator would be Fans Toys, and that's because I'm a Fans Toys fanboy. And if I was smart, I would tell myself they don't know how to do a combiner.
Yeah.
So don't buy
need
one.
that. Yeah, I actually feel the same way, and like, I don't even know if I'd be replacing my Devastator as much as like I feel like Fans Toys would deliver 5 great Constructicons, and I
Right.
probably, in that case, I probably would be okay with having them just be like, well, here's the Constructicons and here's the actual Devastator mode, like,
Yeah.
so, I don't know.
Right. There's something about X Transbots that they have a good heft. They usually have good paint. The sculpt is good enough. Articulation is usually there, but they still feel kind of flimsy. I mean, in a way, you know what I mean? Like, there's something about their build that doesn't feel like it's a brick. I don't know. I wouldn't trust this Devastator, man.
No. And again, I just think you just don't know what you're gonna get from Keith at this point. Like, and that's what makes it so disappointing. Is like, it could be fine, it could be just complete trash, and it's like, do you really want to find out if all 5 members are gonna be of good Keith quality?
You know what I
Roll the
want?
dice?
I want them to do this, and then issue a redeco where they're all different versions of Psykill, and I want you to buy them all, and they all suck.
Oh, they would absolutely suck. There's no chance that they wouldn't.
I mean, that's the last thing that they've released, wasn't it? It was the Psykill, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
And you bought that.
I bought it. It was trash. I sold
and
it. The day I got it in, I sold it too.
What's fucked up about that is they hyped it up as being well articulated, well painted, well assembled, rare, collectible. They really got you, and they lied. They lied.
It's pretty bad.
It was almost as if they hired somebody else to write their copy for them, and they didn't even review it, and they didn't give a fuck.
Yep. I believe that to be actually fairly true. You know, like it was very disappointing. Like it didn't hold together. You know, like how like the head doesn't swivel around like a normal head would. Like how did you fuck that up? You know, like how did you fuck up so much about the thing?
How does a head not swivel?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it swiveled, but you'd have to make him look up while rotating it around, so he could not just like swivel left and right. Like, yeah, it was ridiculous.
What I want somebody to knock Long Haul off, right? Mm-hmm. Keith then offers his Long Haul for like $45, and then everybody jumps up and down saying how great Keith is and how his figure is going to be so cheap. But then the last release is like $400. That's what he did with the Stonecons, right?
Yeah. Which I'm glad I didn't buy into them. Like, frankly, I didn't really feel that they were that great, in my opinion. Like, you know, some people I know love them, but, like, I don't like that ridiculous trailer and stuff like that. Like, I'm sorry, I don't. So. No,
I'll go without a release entirely. Like, I have no... The last Menasor I had was the, oh my God, the Warbatron, whatever it was called at the time. And, you know, I gave that away.
Yeah.
It's just because it was just too stylized and weird, and it was really poorly balanced. But I mean, I'll just pass until something, you know, I think is worth it comes along. You know, but I don't think this thing is going to combine well. I mean, he's probably going to sell the combiner parts separately.
Yeah.
He has to have combiner parts, right? We have an image here with the combine mode. We have a scrapper, don't we? So
yep.
It's a scrapper and long haul. It's like the alt modes are interesting. They have realistic cues and they look too simplistic at the same time.
Yeah.
So
exactly. And like I feel like so like when you look at the combined mode too, like so obviously they're going, well, maybe not obviously, like what like look at the picture of the combined mode, like he doesn't have two thighs, right? So
weird.
How the fuck does that work? Like, that's
what?
Not that is that hidden somewhere in Scrapper, or do I have a build a crotch that I get when I get three figures? You know, like
no, that can't be Long Haul's pelvis.
Yeah, and then like you know, like Long Haul looks so small on top of the pelvis too. You know, like I don't know, it's weird.
You're right though. Like if it's parts forming, which it has to be because of the size of that thigh and pelvis, obviously it's parts forming. It looks like the entire kneecap is part of the parts forming piece, and it like clamps down onto Scrapper. I mean, I don't see hinges or anything. I mean, that's a render, isn't it? That's not a.
Yeah.
This is. I don't know. It's got to be a render, but that knee is part of the combiner part. So where's the other thigh? You're right. Do we assemble it? I mean, are these like Junkions?
Yeah.
If that's the case, forget it. I mean, I'm assuming they just photoshopped it out or something.
I hope, but I don't know.
What bothers me here aesthetically is the combiner parts are super plain tuned.
Yeah.
And then the alt mode, combine mode parts are detailed and kibbly as you would expect from something that's more realistic.
Yep. Yeah, where you got like the hydraulics and stuff. Like it's this weird mishmash, and like it just
clashes.
Like, the proportions just aren't right. Like why didn't you make Long Haul bigger than that? Like it doesn't work. Like for the abdomen area, like it just looks like a dump truck sitting on top of, you know, like the crotch plate. Honestly. And like, look at the picture and zoom in. I don't think they photoshopped anything out. There's like some little green connector there underneath that one flap.
Whoa. So do you think they're going to release the parts forming pieces in parts with each piece? Like Scrapper comes with the thigh and knee, Long Haul comes with the pelvis?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, God. You're right, though. He's going to have a very narrow waist, and I'm looking, and I mean, I can kind of see where they're going, because if you look at Constructor even has, look in here, it's it's in line with Constructor's abdomen, but people complain that was a little too narrow.
Mm-hmm. Long Haul's always like the weak spot of Devastator, because like if you want the truck, well, the truck doesn't scale with the equipment anyway, but if you want the robot to scale with the other robots, like you get that Hasbro, whatever it was, what I'm talking about, the Combiner Wars or whatever, which had like that really huge dumpy Long Haul. Like everyone else was like sleek and stuff, and he was like this big fat tank. Like
I'm fine with that though.
I'm fine with it because it makes sense from that sense. But yeah,
he's a dump truck. He's literally a dump truck.
Yeah,
make him a dump truck. He's a dump truck of a fucking person too.
Yep.
Why would you want a sleek robot when he's a fucking dump truck?
Yep.
Oh boy, I don't know. So his chest, I mean, it's going to have to be in a ginormous alt mode, which makes no sense. So he's going to be narrow, like not narrow, but depth-wise. I can't imagine like Hook is going to have to, double out to form the upper body. So he's not going to have much beef depth-wise. And then it might be weird. He's going to have very wide shoulders and a very narrow waist. I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is this thing's not going to be standing up well. It's not going to stand up well.
Yeah.
And it's not going to look right. It doesn't even matter. Like you're going to have like the feet and ankles are like detailed, and then plain Jane all the way up to the chest.
Yep.
And then detail.
And then plain Jane forearms. Yeah. It's gonna be weird.
And I hope it has a super plain tune head too.
Oh my god!
Just to make it look fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's going to.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know, man. And people are gonna buy this up. And you know what? God bless. Enjoy it. I need people out there having fun with things. I want to see drama. I want people comparing this to Toy World and fighting about it.
Yep.
I want Keith to offer a deal. I want him to get knocked off, offer a deal. Everybody thinks he's such a mensch. Then he gets you on the tail end with a super expensive final release that takes an extra year to come out. And so what's the last release going to be? I'm assuming, knowing Keith, it's going to be that leg. That'll be the last release.
Probably.
Oh, and I hope it comes with an extra long thigh.
I feel like you're gonna get the two arm bots, and then you'll get the two arm bots, and then you'll get Hook, and then you'll get the last leg. So
what if you get like two arm bots and like a leg with no thigh? Or you get Hook, no head.
I think that sounds about right, honestly.
And then like he saves a super tune head. I don't know. It's like this is like Spike when Spike was all fucked up. And honestly, we're the only two people saying this. People are gushing over it. They're gushing.
Uh-huh.
But aesthetically, this looks weird combined.
Well, I hope if you like it, Keith doesn't fail you like he does everybody else. So, like, I'll be honest with you. Like, I wanted like the fucking, what are they? The throttle bots that he's putting out and the Omnibots. I'm like, I want them to be good, but I don't know if they're gonna be. Like, I honestly don't know because like Keith sucks. You know,
we don't see panel. There's no panel slides for that.
Yeah,
they were at the show.
Yeah,
but they look good. I think they were just prototype 3D printed, plastic, but they look good.
Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna suck.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's Keith. He's good at sucking. So.
The throttle bots are hard to fuck up. I mean, you can, because they intentionally have half a car hanging up their back. It's like you're supposed to have that aesthetically. Those are Optimus Prime's, smokestacks, so to speak. So it's like I can't imagine. I think that's where Keith shines. You know, he'll do a good job with those, but something like this. I mean, but I want this to succeed. I want people to gush. I want him to release, you know, a long haul soon. And I want it to be amazing because that's going to put a fire under fans' toys' ass.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to want to see this, like, just sell out and then no one's going to buy their stuff. Because, Keith, and this is almost like a white glove to the face of fans' toys. Because they're saying, hey, guess what, assholes? We can do a combiner.
Yeah.
You know, we can do combiner parts and we can make it stand. You know, what about you, asshole? You can just release figures and you can't even make them combine.
Yeah.
You know?
Which I hope I truly hope that that Fans Toys gets off their ass and actually completes a damn combiner at some point. So I feel like
there's a reason
it's looking real bad that they're still not doing it, but
we'll get to it. But there's a reason why we haven't seen the Menasor. It's because their arm bots are too fucking heavy.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have put diecast in them.
Yep.
So they are obviously screwed. They can't make ratcheted joints big enough in his knees and hips to hold up all the weight.
Yeah.
You know, and I just think the solution has to be just button locks. Like, I don't care. I'll push a button to move the joint and then release the button to lock it. Why don't they just do that?
Yeah, I'd feel okay with that, honestly.
A spring-loaded locks. Who cares? I'm not sitting there like playing with my combiners like they're, you know, the robot boxers.
Yeah,
you know, fighting each other.
I tend to agree. I'm not playing with most of my figures. You know, like I like to transform them back and forth once in a while, and that's my play factor with them. You know, I like to put them on a shelf and make them look cool. So yeah, if you needed to put something in like that, like I'm totally fine with that.
But even if you are quote unquote playing with your figures, what would you do as a kid? You'd pose a battle scene, right?
Yep.
I mean, does it matter if you have to push a button to move a leg and then lock it into place? No, especially if it's a big monster combiner. They move a little slower when they're getting into, you know, come at you. I don't see a problem with it at all. But anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. What's next? Magic Square.
Yep. So they're doing a metallic version of their Huffer. This is something that they've already shown before, or they've already put out, right? So, meh.
I'm so sick of, like, who started that? Showing the prior releases.
Yeah.
Like, who fucking cares?
Yeah, like, congrats. You're and, like, what's interesting is, like, they say that metallic color version, and it's like, what is metallic outside of his arms? Like, I don't see
windshield.
Yeah, like, I don't
which is
really
weird.
see anything else that's really metallic. Like, oh, okay.
The windows are like sparkly blue.
You go, Magic Square. Yeah, I mean,
right. Do you see metallic orange? No.
Yeah, like, it really makes no sense. Like, but
the
okay.
guns are still cast plastic.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
teach their own, Magic Square.
Yeah, it's not panel worthy.
Yeah.
Doing that is just a death knell. You're just making people not excited about your product. No one's like, oh my God. They're like, oh, we've seen that. Why are you showing it? You must not have anything new.
Yeah.
And then what's up with Jazz? Blues repaint. What's the difference there, Justin?
Let's see. Hold on, I'm just getting through. Because
their Jazz came out, right?
Yeah, it came out. It's fine. It's a good figure.
So what's the difference?
I guess the guns have silver paint. I don't remember if they did or if they were just casting gray. The wheels have gold on them. I don't remember if that was a thing. But you still left the part where they're like, put your own Autobot logo on. I'm like, motherfucker, why don't you put a stripe on and let someone else put, like, a kit that they can actually just paste over it if they want. Like, it looks incomplete with that blue square. Like, I hate that blue square. It, like, takes away from that alt mode so bad because you want me to put an Autobot logo there. I don't want an Autobot logo there. You know, like, I want a red stripe. Finish the stripe.
Right.
What, or at least put a sticker sheet in the car that I can put on the stripe if I want. Like, would it have killed you?
Have two options: just a stripe or a stripe with a logo.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
Even an Autobot logo looks weird because the stripe should continue below and above it.
Yeah. But
don't show me this. This makes you fizzle in my mind and in my eyes. It's like we're addicts. We need to be excited. Yeah, in an alt mode, it fucks up the alt mode.
Yeah.
This blank spot.
Yeah.
I don't put logos on my figures. I don't do it.
Yeah, no, I don't. I used to at one point.
Me too.
I just don't anymore. I
No.
don't feel like it's really necessary.
And then next is, this might kill them. This might be their death knell right now.
Yeah, I at this point, like, why did you bother? Honestly, why did you bother?
This reminds me of the Seekers. Like, remember when the Seekers came out for
Yep.
New Age and they were amazing, and then Magic Square kind of gave up and released what they had, and they would have been better off not releasing anything.
Yep.
Just concede and move on to the next thing. That's what this seems like.
Yeah, I tend to agree. It's like it looks fine, but at this point, like, is it good enough? I don't know. So,
New
and like,
Age
it's gonna be that
is-
same New Age plastic, and like, that's the thing I hate most about New Age, frankly, is that shitty plastic. So I don't know, and like, it does, like, from behind, it doesn't look all that great, in my opinion.
No.
So
It's almost like they sculpted him. I would say that Jetfire is one of those characters that, I guess they all are, but he's one of those characters that was very typically drawn poorly, really dumpy in the cartoon, and you could tell that it was just artistic laziness, where they just made him look like this.
yeah,
And it's not how he's supposed to look.
yeah,
You know, because in certain shots he looks really heroic and good, where you're saying, why are you such a pussy, dude? You're buff. But I mean, this looks like they just took some a screenshot of him at his worst,
yeah,
and they made a toy over it. Look how, like, his hips are wide and he's squat.
yeah, and like the shoulders, like, feel like they come out wrong. Like, they're just like, they almost look like they're floating, like they're not even attached to him necessarily.
Yeah, they almost look backwards.
Yeah,
And the cockpit has no, angle to it. It just comes straight down, it looks like.
yeah,
I don't know, man. This can kill them, because I can't see people picking this over the New Age. And the New Age already came out. So
yeah.
unless it's a curiosity buff like me,
Or
I
like
can't imagine.
or you're just a big, Magic Square fan,
Right.
which I know they exist. There's people like Matt out there who will buy it because,
It's
he
Magic Square.
likes Magic Square and he'll buy anything. But like, I don't know, I wouldn't do it. So
This is not and New Age has already come out. So people aren't deciding, do I get the New Age or the Magic Square? They've already bought it. Like,
Yeah.
you missed the boat. You might as well have waited a year at this point, because it's already purchased. It's shipped.
yeah,
This is too late. You had to show this 3 months ago before pre-orders got paid for, and let people decide then. And I'll tell you what, even then, I can't imagine people would have picked this over the New Age, because the New Age looks a lot like Fans Toys. Like, I'm starting to feel like more and more that somebody at New Age is affiliated with Fans Toys somehow.
I feel like they are. I cannot prove it, but I definitely think that is true. So
I like the face sculpt. I mean, it's interesting, but yeah, this just looks weird. It looks like an outdated Transformer that would have been amazing just a little while ago, but now it's already been blown past, just like the Magic Square Seekers. Had they come out just not too long before, they would have been amazing, but New Age blew them out of the water before they even came out.
yep, yeah, I agree.
They should not have revealed this, because it's basically saying this is our flagship piece, and it's a fizzle dud.
Yeah.
And this could ruin them, because this is probably what, Voyager size, just like the New Age.
Yeah,
I don't even think it's as big as the New Age,
no,
because Starscream comes up to his midriff,
yeah,
and so he's not as big as the New Age by far. So I don't know. Like, this is going to ruin them, because this is a big investment. Even his gun looks off.
yeah. Everything, like, the proportions just seem wrong. Like, the best shot of him is the shot of him where he's bent down on one knee and holding the gun in his hand. Like, he looks good from that angle, and then it's like you see him next to the Starscream. I'm like, ugh, and like, come on, Magic Square. I know you made this Starscream, but like that Starscream is shit. You should just
Show the New Age with your figure.
you show the New Age, or show it with a different Magic Square figure, like your Optimus Prime or something like that. Like, don't put it with the Starscream. Like that thing is just so bad, so bad.
This is bad. This is just setting them a couple steps below New Age at this point.
Yeah.
Where's the shot with him bending down with the gun? I'm trying to find that.
It's right before the Starscream one. That's like the most heroic looking picture.
And I'll tell you what, his waist does not swivel.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So I think the way the backpack actually sticks on it prevents it. Does the New Age one swivel? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
It swivels, full swivel and an ab crunch.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't have it yet, but it's arguably the best version of all around of Jetfire ever to come out.
Yeah, he's really good. Like the some of the things I think they overcomplicated, but like the end result's really good. The only thing I can give them credit for here is they give him his battle mask, but it's not even like, it doesn't even
look right.
Like the right battle mask. It looks like Leader
One's
like head.
It's Halloween, man.
Yeah.
He looks like Grimlock trying to be Optimus Prime on Halloween.
Right, exactly. It's wrong. It doesn't look quite right. So I don't know.
Like he doesn't have pipes on the side of his head. That's not even a Macross head.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's not even close to being the proper battle mask thing. So.
Oh, Magic Square, you're done. You're done. This is it. They're done.
Like, I don't want them to be done because I think competition is definitely a good thing, right? Like, there should be competition for everyone, you know? Like, everything's best when there's competition. But, I don't know.
What do you think about the alt mode?
Let's see. It's fine. It doesn't excite me necessarily.
Something seems off again, though. It doesn't. It has the cues, but something overall isn't right. I think something about the wings. Something about the placement of the top tank and the size of it. It seems too big, you know, and then the cockpit, I don't know. I like the intakes on the side of the cockpit, but it seems too large and stubby at the same time. I don't know. The proportions are off.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that the cockpit's both open. I never thought that there would be a pilot in the top. I mean, I always imagined it to be like a separatable unit, but figured it was more of a troop transport. I didn't think it would just be a place for someone to sit, and that's it.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. That's it for him.
I don't know. The jet's fine. It's not the best looking jet. I don't think it looks super clean. I don't really even care that the cockpit on the top opens. I always thought that the top one kind of felt like a booster rocket pack. So like,
right.
if it had no place to sit, I wouldn't even have like second glanced it, you know?
Right.
So,
it's more like a skylight.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. What's next? Iron Factory.
Yep. Let's take a look. What's next? Sorry, my wife messaged me there for a second. Iron Factory. So they're still going on with their samurais. Is
This
Huffer
is a cool
new?
looking Iron Huffer. Wait, it started with Ironhide.
Yeah, we've seen Ironhide though before.
Yeah, we have.
He's fine.
It's pretty cool though. We're seeing all the weapons, like the callback to the G1 toy. So instead of a skid, it's like a weapon case. It looks pretty good.
He's fine. If you're in on the samurai line, I don't think he looks bad. I'm not getting him because I'm not in on the line.
But you know what's weird is like the alt mode. I dig the alt mode because it seems like some type of siege weapon. But it doesn't jive with the alt modes. They have like schizophrenia in this line, in this subline, because you have like Grimlock turns into like a samurai dinosaur. Leo Convoy turns into a samurai lion. You had what's the guy with the skull? What the hell's his name again? Turns into like a samurai, spider crab monster. But Bludgeon. But Drift turns into a fucking Bugatti.
Yep. Exactly. They didn't commit on it. They didn't commit on that.
Lockdown turns into, his anime, freaking car.
Yep.
It's like, hold
the
on.
thing that stopped me from getting locked down was like, okay, so he's this weird samurai thing that turns into a car. I'm like, you didn't commit either way. Like, you could have made like a really cool car and turned it into like a cool lockdown, or you could have made it like this cool samurai lockdown that turned into this interesting samurai-esque vehicle,
something, yeah.
I feel like you didn't do either thing to me, and so then I didn't buy it. Like, I'm sorry.
They could have made two they could have made two versions of all these characters.
Yeah.
A samurai one and a stylized one with a modern alt mode. Lockdown, if he's like any of these vehicle modes could turn into like horses and stuff.
Yep.
Different types, different breeds of horses.
Yeah.
Samurai horses. They could even come with little riders, hologram samurai riders. They could have really gone far with that.
Yeah.
I like this Iron. I like it, even though it's a boxy and it's reminiscent of even with the ports, those hexagonal ports. This reminds me so much of like their Soundwave from back in the day.
Yeah.
Where it was just a box with ports. But yeah, that's really killing me on the line.
Yeah.
But I'm still getting it because I'm an ass, and I know I shouldn't. Oh God, I'm such an ass.
Yeah.
All right, next up is Huffer.
Whose name is Hometown Watcher. What?
Hometown Watcher.
Yeah.
I don't like the black accents.
I don't like the black
right
accents either. I think if you wanted to do accents, you should have done like a darker gray or something. I think the black kind of detracts too much. But overall, I think the mold looks good. I think he looks too young.
Yeah. Something in his face. He's got to look middle-aged, like he's got to look like Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, like
nowadays.
none of these
He has a young face that's aged poorly.
Exactly. None of these like his face, none of them look like he's actually like Huffer. It just looks like young Huffer. And like,
right. Let me see some lines down his cheeks.
I almost feel that way about the alt mode too. Like, I get that you're like making these Cybertronian vehicles or something, like not necessarily the Earth vehicles, and I'm fine with it. Like, that's fine. But like,
this is chippy.
Like, when you put that together with his young face, I'm like, it's like my first Huffer. Like, I don't know.
Yes. It's too chibi. It really is. Yeah, he's like a kid. Huffer's not a kid. He was a kid. And he's tired now.
Exactly.
That's
been doing this
Huffer.
shit for too long.
He's tired. He used to be like Gears' hype man, and he's just tired of it. I don't like the black accents though. Like the face.
I don't. They detract from it.
But
they detract from it too much.
Yeah, what colors could they have done? I understand you want to break up the orange, but
silver.
Give more silver.
Silver, yeah. Silver, a dark gray, like not black, like, yeah. I don't know.
Anything but that black.
Yeah.
It just, but the alt mode's
silver is never like a bad color for accents. Like, it just kind of works, like, because it looks like tech robot detail, like. And in all our minds, all robots have like silver bits, right? Like, whether that's true or not, and it's like, yeah. So, come on.
Call me crazy, but I mean, I'm nitpicking at this point, but I feel like, the cab on his back is too big and too low.
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be higher. It's supposed to be obnoxious around the back of his head.
I agree. It does not limit the access to his head enough, I feel like. It just kind of looks like a big backpack versus like a hood almost,
Yeah, he is supposed to be inhibited by this thing. It's supposed to be up and over and around his fucking head, where you're like, you are the worst warrior ever. No, you can't see shit. Your peripheral is shot.
You're a Ninja Turtle with your shell over your head.
Right. Like, you are an idiot, man. That's why all you get to do is pull Prime's trailer after he gets his ass kicked. That's Huffer. I don't like the giant shell because it does, right? It makes him look like a turtle, and it goes all down his back. It goes all the way past his hips to his upper thighs. That is aesthetically off.
Yes.
And who else said? Someone said something somewhere that they could repaint this to a turtle van or something, or was that the Ironhide? I guess the Ironhide.
Oh, it might be Ironhide. I could do that for Ironhide.
But what's weird to me is in bot mode, the cab is ginormous.
Yes, it does. It's so much bigger than it is on the truck too, for some reason.
And then in truck mode, it's like squat.
Yeah.
It's like it collapses.
They collapse it and compact it up, only to make it bigger and worse. It's weird.
Unless as a bot, he's teeny.
Yeah, maybe.
But it looks like it collapses because there seems to be a bend in it as a back. Yeah, the wheels fold in.
Yeah.
Behind his back. It gets bigger for bot mode.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep. It gets bigger for bot mode. The wings, the wheels somehow fold and slide. They fold in, and then those things angle down. So his cab gets bigger for bot mode. They're like, fuck collapsing, we expand. And then, is this a mistake? But his pipes, are they backwards? Because you can see his fucking hands, like.
Yeah, I feel like that has to be a mistake, right? Like, it looks like it should be rotated inward, so you're seeing the other part, not the back of his hands, but...
Knowing Iron Factory, I don't know, man.
Yeah, they're probably just like, whoops, oh well.
All right, next up.
So next up, let's see. Next up is Fans Toys, and they're finally showing a combiner.
Fans Toys!
And it looks amazing. Just fucking release the bitch. Like, come on.
See, that's the thing, though. I was listening to Shop Talk, and that's what Bobby does with what's his name? Oh my God, I'm blanking. Oh my God, he does a podcast with a designer, like a third-party designer, a guy that does a lot of work for MMC, Sam. And Sam was talking about this. He thinks that Superion is coming out before Menasor because they hadn't done the arms for Superion, and they figured out how to make it shows that they started releasing these figures without really figuring out the combine mode.
Right. They made really good everything else and then didn't think about the combined mode.
Right. And then they realized that they had weight and physics issues for the joints. So apparently, like, these arms have come out after they've worked out the combine mode, and the arms won't have die cast. Like, usually they showcase the die cast in these images, prototype images, and you don't see any.
Yeah.
So they realized that they, that you're not going to have your typical bricks for arms, but that's fine. But what do you think about the flight stand, the combiner parts becoming display stands?
I like it. I think that's a good way to use the combiner parts. Because honestly, I don't give a shit if there's combiner parts, right? Like, there should be combiner parts. That doesn't bother me at all. So, like, finding out something like, okay, now we got these little flight stands. They can all look good on a shelf. If you're not having them in combined mode, like, totally down with that. That is a fantastic use of combiner parts.
Fantastic. You know what, though? Yep. They could do the same concept for the Stunticons, because the Stunticons are Stunticons, and in their first episode, they are flying around, jumping, doing all this stuff. So you could have them all, like, posed like they're leaping and jumping and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they are the only cars that could pass that off in a pose. Yeah. It's the Stunticons, with them, like, flying through the air because they're all in mid-leap.
Yeah. You definitely could.
But
yeah, I'm totally down with that. I think that that's the best thing you could possibly do here in this case. So I was wondering, so we know that the limbs of, and we've only got the only limb that they've released for Menasor, like the armbot, is drag strip, right?
Right.
So, like, would you be opposed if they just, like, released Dead End and he was made out of plastic, and then they're like, oops, we have to release another drag strip? we're gonna do him under our Robot Paradise label, and he's gonna be like $90 or something like that. Buy another drag strip.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I think most people would be.
I think most people would be mad. I would not give a shit. Just be like,
but you're right. I think they're stuck. They're committed by many things. They committed with drag strip. They committed with all their die cast when they shouldn't have had it. It's made a challenging situation when you have a Toy World scale combiner.
Yeah.
With die cast, it's without die cast, it's a challenge. You can see with the other Menosaurs that have come out. I haven't handled them. I'm not sure if any of them have die cast.
Yeah.
But it's challenging enough. So now you have these hefty Fans Toys figures, and you didn't do it in anticipation of combine mode.
Yep.
So they paint them in the corner by having their hefty weight, and then they painted themselves in the corner when on TFW they early on promised that like their price would be within a certain number.
Yeah.
Where fixing it might actually require a price hike.
Yeah.
I would be fine with a price hike because you need to make these magnificent bots combine well.
Yeah.
I who loves spending money? No one, but I don't want to throw good money after bad. It has to work.
Yeah.
But like you just said, okay, what if they re-release drag strip without the die cast and, Dead End has no die cast? But is it too late regardless? Because, what about, oh God, what's his name? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Oh my God. My brain is just a fart right now. Oh God, the Concorde. What's his name?
Silverbolt.
So thank you, the Silverbolt. He has diecast. None of them should have diecast.
Yeah.
None of them. So
you could get away with diecast in the leg bots to give him extra leg weight, but yeah.
Right. But the top three you can't. And
yeah.
So, but I just have always felt like, why not just use spring-loaded button locks? I don't get it.
I'm fine with it. Like, there's definitely, and if you're the type of person who's gonna be pissed about that, honestly, I think I would reconsider a lot of things going on with my life.
Because they haven't released any combined mode parts yet. So apparently, their public representations and price they really shouldn't have made them, because apparently the price should be much higher to accommodate what would make it work.
Yeah.
I would say, fuck it, Fans Toys, you're always going to have haters.
Yeah.
No matter what
it doesn't matter what you're going to do.
Anyone collecting your figures is going to pay what you need to charge.
Yep.
You will always have people shitting on you. This is just, are you giving them a target? Sure. But they're going to pick one anyway. So you know what? You get to pick the target this time.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose customers.
No, not at all.
Nobody's looking at this most people didn't catch the shit Keith did with the Stunticons, how they thought, oh, he's such a good guy. He's charging less for us. And then he fucked them all in the end.
Yep.
On price. He did that on purpose. He made up his cost at the end, when you had to pay whatever he was going to charge, and he made up the money he lost in the beginning.
Yeah, he's not going to lose money.
I wouldn't look at Fans Toys as doing that. They're not. This is going to be expensive. Saddle up.
Yeah.
So, but
you have
to bad,
account for the fact that it is going to suck because it's going to be costly. But that's just the way of doing the business, and we want to get this done. You don't want a figure that sucks. Everybody hates a figure that sucks, So, just shut up and let's deal with it. Let's get the thing out. And, there's always going to be... You could release this shit for $50 and someone would still hate it because it's Fans Toys, right?
Right.
It doesn't matter. So, just get it done. And your fans are actually not going to care. They're going to be happy.
But there's one thing their fans do care about. Getting strung along and getting ghosted on the issue.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
Many diehard fans are getting fed up with the fact that there's no word on Bandit at all.
Yeah.
And they feel like they've been duped because it's never going to come out. They're not complaining about the potential of a high price.
Yeah.
They're complaining that, they were
never
duped
gonna
into
finish
buying
these
this
things.
theme.
Yeah.
You're never going to finish it. This is the one stress that collectors have is I'm never going to finish this.
Yeah.
They see a shelf is incomplete. You're going to lose customers. You're damaging your brand because of your pride. You are damaging the value of your brand in the eyes of your diehard fans.
Yep.
To accommodate your haters.
Yeah. Exactly. Who aren't going to buy it anyway, so who cares?
They're not going to buy it anyway.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Which version of Superion do you prefer? Gun in the hand or a gun on the forearm?
Let me take a look at him.
Just aesthetically,
I like the gun on the hand.
Wise.
I like the gun in the hand.
I prefer gun on the forearm.
Yeah.
Like, because that's how I saw him in the cartoon.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine.
Now, which do you prefer now? Face or face mask?
Let me take a look. I like the face mask.
Me too. That's gun on the forearm version, though.
Yeah, I know.
That's the one that talks like, "Hey, I'm Superion." He's got the worst voice.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always dug
Devastator.
the face mask version, but
Devastator's like,
Devastator will devastate you.
and Superion's like, "Not today, Devastator."
true. Very, very true.
They both look good, both versions. That's gonna be the toughest part.
Yeah.
You know, which version to display?
Exactly.
Why not both, right?
Why not?
I don't know, man. I just feel like the mask. See, the mask version, I love how it's not just the mask. It's just the whole head shaped differently.
Yeah.
And even though it's simpler, it doesn't come off as like Toon plain.
Yes.
Even though it's obviously based on the Toon.
Yeah.
There's still something about it. It's like, nah, man, that's just his helmet. This man's got a bullet for a head. He's going to fucking headbutt you.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look plain, even though it really is plain.
It is plain. Yeah. What'll be interesting too is hopefully like because I could see rocking the face masked version with the non-face masked helmet, and I hope that's an option. That'd be nice.
That's not an option.
I hope so.
It's not. It's not. You're not getting it.
Oh, we'll
Don't
see.
even disappoint yourself. You're gonna pull out your little tiny mini grinder.
I'll figure out a way.
Cut his face out.
Yeah. Maybe.
But I like the chest on the right with the wing chest.
Yes.
It's gotta have,
I do like the wings on the chest. It broadens out his proportion more heroically.
Those are his meat flaps.
Yep.
But they also they'll inhibit articulation.
Sure. Of course. But in most cases, mine are not really being super articulated on the shelf anyway, so I don't give a shit.
How's his arm articulation though? I don't see how limited it is.
Yeah, I don't think they really show too much about that.
That's a bad sign. If they're not showing it, it's because there's nothing to show.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
All right, what's next?
Fans Toys has an Ultra Magnus coming.
Didn't you get into a fight with Bobby about Ultra Magnus?
One of them had, I think it was the official had the butt flap.
Right.
I'm not a fan of the butt flap. Yeah. It's fine.
So is this good enough to swap out your Takara?
Probably. So my thing is I really have not been playing the game of swap out my stuff because I don't really like swapping out things anymore. I feel like it's a waste of money and a waste of time.
Right.
But the one company that makes me swap things out is Fans Toys. So.
But what about, okay, let's say you swapped it out. What would you do with your Takara?
Probably throw it in a box, just hold on to it. I don't know.
You have a swap out shelf?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nostalgia associated with that because that was wasn't that that was early on. That was right before MPB, right?
I believe so. He's pretty old.
That was like he was first teased in a magazine. This is how old we are. Don't you remember when MPs were first teased in magazines?
Yep. MPs used to be awesome.
And it was like, oh, this Japanese magazine, they showed it like an outline of Ultra Magnus.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't that long ago. Times really do fly.
Yep.
But I don't know. Yeah, so I have nostalgia for that figure.
Yeah, I'll probably swap it out. I like some of the things they've done with it. It does look like we're getting a Ultra Magnus with a white Optimus Prime robot underneath. So I'm happy about that. I tend to like that, which is one thing that the Takara one is not. Which probably means that there's a Fans Toys Optimus Prime coming. Like so.
Of course, you think?
You know.
You think this is going to fund their combiners. I think this is the jumping off point. They need money. They're going to get their first going with Ultra Magnus White Prime, right? This thing's going to sell out. Then they're going regular Prime.
Which is also going to sell out, yeah.
Right. Then they're going to do Nemesis Prime. Then they're going to circle back to a super deluxe paint job Prime. Then they're going to fast forward to a dead Prime. Then you're going to get a camo Prime, a bait Prime. You're going to get a Ghostbusters Prime.
I hope so.
They're going to milk the fuck out of this. 1 year, they're going to have all these different Primes coming out.
All I can say is if that is this what they do for this, which, fine. I'm okay with that. If you do make a Ghostbusters Prime, it better have a proton pack. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't give me some bullshit that you make it in white. Like, Magic Square's like, here's our Ghostbusters Prime. He doesn't come with a proton pack and none of the Ghostbusters symbols. He's just literally a white Optimus Prime. No.
Okay, if you get a Prime, do you need a trailer?
No, I don't think so. And honestly, if you want to cut down the cost, just make it so it'll connect with an existing MP trailer. Make it either work with MP10's trailer or make it work with MP44's trailer and call it a day.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because then if you want a trailer, you're good. So.
Yeah, don't do it. Yeah, exactly. It's going to scale the same.
Yep.
So just give it an adapter. That's it. You're swapping it out anyway. You swap out half. Swap out the bot. Keep the trailer.
Exactly. Yeah, and most of the time, the trailer just sits in the box, right? Like, I don't know about you, but my trailers are never on display. So,
they're not.
I really don't need a trailer.
I feel like they used to be. Like, my trailer used to be on display as a repair bay when I had the room to spare. And, that was my Autobot shelf.
Yeah.
It was one shelf.
And I'll be honest with you, like, when it comes to trailers, like New Age, like, I think their Prime is amazing. I think the trailer is fucking trash, and I'm like, this thing is so expensive. How much did you jack up the price because you put in a trailer and the trailer sucks? Yeah. Like, it's not good. It doesn't look good. It doesn't work good. Like, nothing about it is good. I'm like, but that factored into the cost here. Like, this is by far the weakest thing about your Prime is that trailer, I
would be okay with Fans Toys, if they're going to release a trailer, only release it with the proper Prime, and that's it. I think what we may see is Ultra Magnus, regular Prime, then Nemesis Prime, Dead Prime, and at the same time Super Painted Prime. Just those are the core Prime repaints, right?
Yep.
Then you're going to see Computron. I think so.
You think so? I would rather him go Defensor first, but
they're not gonna.
Yeah.
No one's ever gonna do Defensor.
I know. Makes me sad.
I love Defensor. I love him. I think Defensor is way more complicated because they have to be realistic.
Yes, exactly.
Computron, they're so stylized. They can do what the fuck they want, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think Defensor is a subtly difficult set to do.
I think I totally agree with you. I think he is. Like, on paper, he looks like he'd be easy, but, like, when you really start thinking of the logistics of, like, the motorcycle and stuff like that, like...
Think about it. The components. Motorcycle. Difficult. Fucking fire truck. Difficult. Helicopter. Difficult.
Yep.
Fucking van is difficult.
Well, and when you think about it, like, when you think about the combiner itself, like, think about the combiner. The smallest things, the car and the motorcycle, are on the legs. Then you have the ambulance, which is a big chunky thing, right? so that the ambulance now is on the arm, like, so you're not hiding a bunch of the ambulance, and then like the helicopter's on the other arm. Like the two biggest things are the arms, and the littlest things are the legs. Like Defensor would have made, more sense if he was a motorcycle and a car for arms, and an ambulance and a helicopter for legs, which you could do for Scramble City, but that's just not how he was in fiction, right? So like that's the almost the nightmare, right? Like, how do you make that happen?
I think because of X-Transbots, we're more likely to see Devastator earlier than they would have. But I think that would be a mistake on their part, because Devastator is also really tricky unless you're going Toy World. Super. They're the opposite of Toy World. They go for perfect bot modes. They don't go for like bot modes that are super light.
Yeah.
That's not Pants Noise's bag. But I could see them going Combutron and Predaking.
Yeah. Because
we're just stylized, do what the fuck you want, get your cues, and they can all be big. They can be whatever. Who cares? Light cycle and a fucking, Gatling gun spaceship. Who gives a shit? A drill tank. Like whatever. Go for it.
Yep.
But yeah, helicopter, motorcycle, that's a headache. That's keeping one of their designers up at night.
Exactly.
I don't know. Anyway.
New Age is next. So New Age shows off.
Anyway, this Prime looks good, though. We're really quick, though.
Yeah, let's go back to Prime. Sure.
Let's look at Prime.
Prime looks really good. The proportions look good. I think maybe the chest feels a little too wide to me, but I don't.
Thighs look a little wide from the pelvis,
but I don't think he looks terrible.
No, this looks like Magic Square and Takara amalgamated.
Yeah, and part of me wonders if like the proportions will clean up better, because like when they show him in that like almost that A stance, it almost looks like the hips look like they should rotate in a little more, the way they're like extending out the sides, and maybe because it's a prototype they're just not doing it. So it's hard to say, but I think overall it looks good. Like the sculpting looks good. I like
the mask. Do you like the little vents on his mask?
Yeah, I like them, and I'm totally fine with them being on the Ultra Magnus robot too. It's kind of this cool shout out to like the G1 artwork where Optimus had that stuff on his mask at the same time, without putting it on Optimus necessarily, or you could put it on Optimus as a additional head option or something. But yeah, I like it. I'm totally down with that, and I think the back looks super clean.
Right?
Yeah. Like normally you see like a bunch of crap all folded up, and like I'm like, nope, that looks good.
They almost they actually sculpted in like the spirit of Cybertronian style.
Yeah.
Onto an Earth style bot, just with the shapes there.
Yep.
Just on his backpack. I love little things like that.
Yeah, I think they did a good job. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, no, that's my hat's off to them.
So.
New Age.
They show, I guess, 30 versions of their Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee.
Get the fuck out of here.
There's another way to make some repaints. They show it for Megatron and Optimus. They show Ultra Magnus, and I don't understand why. Like, what am I missing about that Ultra Magnus? Do you know?
I mean, that's a toy color, right? Did they already do a toy color?
Oh, okay, so it's toy color.
Which looks like crap.
Yeah, I don't think it looks great.
You can't do that. This is like the spirit of the XTB Devastator.
Yeah.
Just like a really cool. I love the cab. I do, even though it has its flaws. I love the cab, and it clashes.
Yeah.
With the color palette of the toy deco with the aqua and that red. It doesn't go together for some reason.
Yeah, I may have been in on this type of thing. Like, like I've got the toy deco of Mirage just because, like, as the story goes, I had that Mirage my entire life. Like, I hated that fucking toy as a kid. Like, he was always the one that I never pulled him out of my box of toys. Like, I hated that toy. But like, like he's been like with my Transformers collection like my entire life. And it's probably like the one toy that like I remember most just because I never liked playing with it. And I'm like, no, I need this Mirage, and it makes me feel good to have this Mirage that I hated so much as a kid in my collection. So I guess I could see that with Ultra Magnus if that was your thing with the red thighs and stuff like that. But like, I don't know, it's too expensive for me to be grabbing all these repaints. I'm not Matt Baldwin. I don't have that kind of money.
But I mean, I just feel like, yeah, I agree with you. I'm not doing it. I'm not picking up a repaint. Like, you're not just, I'll take a mold. The only FOMO I'll feel is if you release a figure and then you do a repaint with more paint. And then I feel like, okay, you bamboozled me.
Yeah.
You know, now I want the better painted one.
Yeah.
But then I usually won't buy it because I'm like, fuck you. This is what you sold me. This is how I'm judging you. And this is what's going on my shelf.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but this, see, you can go toy color palette, but you need to step it up. So instead of it being plain, it should be the colors, but jazzed up and still detailed so it jives.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
All right, what's next?
So then they have a transparent one, which, you know, Matt's in on that one, which the white doesn't even look transparent to me. It just looks
Smoky.
like cloudy white. But okay, to each their own.
Smoky.
I think combined he looks like he's going to shatter. And then we go on to Fans Hobby.
Speaking of shattered plastic, Fans Hobby has the thickest, chunkiest plastic out there. And I'll tell you, it is brittle as fuck over time. It deteriorates over time. It, like, doesn't crack. It, like a wet cracker kind of crack.
Yeah.
Like, it'll just come apart in your hands. I don't know. You're getting this? Yes, you are.
No.
Yeah.
The Diaclone thing? No, not getting that. I'm still annoyed that they never offered any kind of upgrade kit to anyone who had the original Power Master Optimus Prime and then had to put on the God Bomber upgrades because, like, those hips don't support shit. It's like it would have been so easy for you to just, you know, give some pieces and be like, sorry, we didn't know it was going to be so heavy when we first made it. But,
they better
you know,
be careful.
This would be like Fans Toys releasing all the die-cast bots, and then you combine it, and it just falls off the shelf because that's what this does, you know?
This is problematic. This is poking the bear right now because Takara is doing a lot of Diaclone stuff.
Yeah.
And you are now, for no good reason, stepping on their toes.
Yeah.
You could have done the repaint and then issued the little figures separately, and I don't think it would have been a problem. But doing this as one unit is a problem.
Yeah.
I don't even think they see it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you're right.
That's a fucking problem. You're bringing you're gonna get that Bandai heat.
Yeah.
Woo! Yakuza showing up at your door. Man, you better have those ninja-proof floorboards. You know those? There's still houses in Japan with ninja-proof floorboards.
I do not know this.
They were like, they had like special supports under the floorboards to make them extra creaky.
Huh.
So like you could hear if like a ninja was fucking sneaking up to kill you.
Well, I feel like I need ninja-proof floorboards in my house. So.
That's because your kids are jumping in your bed to pee in it.
No, my kids are ninja-proof supports in my house. Everything just rattles. My wife's like, why is our house so dusty? I'm like, because we have children. I'm like, she's like, I never remember it being so dusty before. I'm like, yeah, it's because our children just don't walk and they just kick up all the dust.
Is that your problem, dust? Listen, I had a cleaning person in my house Sunday night. I came back from Jersey with the family really late, 11 o'clock at night Sunday. The house is immaculate. 11 o'clock Monday, it looked like the trash heap fucking self-detonated in my entire house.
Yeah. That's what happens right here, too.
What have we done? What have we done?
Yep.
Like, hell on earth.
Yeah.
You're talking about dust.
Oh, no. I mean, because there is that layer of dust. My wife's very meticulous about it. She's like, everything gets so dusty. I'm like, it's because our kids don't walk and they stomp like elephants. I'm like, all that drywall is rattling around and turning into dust. At some point, the drywall is just going to fall down because the screws can't hold it anymore because they rattled them free.
Hey, Justin, do you know what comprises mostly, dust is mostly comprised of?
The ROC?
No. Do you know?
No.
Human skin cells.
I've heard of that, yeah.
Isn't that disgusting?
Yeah. It is pretty gross.
That's like Oscar, at the podiatrist.
Uh-huh.
All right, so what's next?
Okay, so they got their Power Master Prime. They're showing that they're gonna do. I think this was like a Costco variant of Armada Prime, which I posted them when they posted this because like they were getting praise. I'm like, hey, where's my parts for my Prime? And they're like, contact us. We'll hook you up. And that I gotta look. I think it's been like a month and a half, and I still haven't seen anything.
You're like, I don't care.
Yeah, they're like, we sent, like, I emailed them, and like, your parts are being sent, and like, I'm like, by who? Like, by like carrier fish from, China that's swimming here. We hope it makes it. Like
wish.com.
Yeah, like at this point, I feel like it should be here, but I mean, I know there's great shipping
Carrier
delays
fish.
And everything, but
There's like a tuna with a satchel.
Exactly, carrier fish. So
Nemo with his fucking bad fin.
Exactly. Exactly what's going on. So I don't know. I'm waiting for my parts.
So lost.
So my Prime doesn't crack right in half. So thank you.
What are you talking about? What's the faulty part?
So the like cab portion of Optimus Prime that like folds out to make the chest of the super robot, like there's little panels and things like that there that actually are cracking, like little micro fractures in the robot.
Telling you, man. Yeah, it's the plastic.
And it came right from the factory that way. And like, when I bought it, I told Brandon at TCP, and he's like, "Yep, I'll get it for you." And he's like, "Hey man, our stuff never arrived." He's like, "And I would ship you mine, but mine is cracked too, and I'm waiting for that part." So, like nobody's got the part to actually fix it.
You should have called his bluff.
Yeah, let's just ship it anyway.
Ship it. That's what you should say. It's just, you know what? I'll take it.
I'll take it. He has been cool about it though. Like he's hooked me up so many times that like I believe him. So
doesn't matter. Do it anyway. Flex.
He on my Make Toy Starscream, I was missing a part. He's like, "Yeah, I took it off mine. I'll get mine later." So yours is, I'll send it to you. So that's cool.
What was it? The Scourge. My Scourge. I was transforming it. I was going to send it to Oscar, and just his legs snapped off. Like it didn't snap. It's like breaking pie crust.
Yeah.
And what's weird is their plastic seems so chunky.
Yeah.
This is like thick Magic Square plastic. If you take like vinyl plastic and it's thicker and thicker and thicker, it's still soft, but it seems dense. But there's just something. It's not hard. It's not dry and hard and dense enough, and
it's the same.
Anyway.
It's the same plastic Magic Square uses. Honestly, is what it feels
Isn't
like.
it?
It feels.
It really
like
is. It's just thicker.
So,
it's just thicker.
Yeah. Yeah. None of the Fans Hobby stuff doesn't feel top tier to me. Like I was in on their Energon Prime, but like it's $200 and some odd. I'm like, I can't honestly feel good about this thing, and I'm not a fan of this. Like the Cybertron Optimus, I'll probably get because I like Cybertron Optimus's design, but like I don't really care about the Energon Prime. I'm like I'm just not wasting the money for it. Like sorry. So.
And is this RID Megatron?
I think it's I don't know. It's a
what is this?
It's Armada Megatron.
Armada,
but like repainted in Galvatron colors. Like so, I don't know. Obviously, this is something that references some version of the toy, but like I don't fucking know what it is.
But okay, someone's buying it, but are 5,000 people buying this?
Yeah, I don't know. And then what's next? So what they have this coming soon, MB-22 space shuttle. Is this the Jetfire that goes to the Armada Prime? I think so.
Was there a Jetfire in Armada?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, he became like this great pair of pants for Armada.
Let me ask you this:
there's an Overlord too.
Wasn't there a Unicron?
Yes.
Why haven't they done Unicron?
Yeah, they'll get to him, I'm sure. So.
Will he crack under his own weight?
Probably.
Is Armada worth watching?
It's been a while since I saw Armada. I believe Armada is a yes. It's good enough. I don't think it's amazing, but I remember it not being terrible either, compared to a lot of Transformer fiction at the time. Energon is not worth watching.
let's get a gauge here. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, where would you put G1 seasons 1 and 2? Careful now.
See, so it depends. In terms of like nostalgia factor and all that, it's a 10. But in terms of actual fiction, it's probably like a 5.
Well, no, okay, you're a kid watching the show.
A kid watching the show, I'd probably give it like a solid 7 or 8, I would say.
Okay, now animated came out. What's animated?
To me, it's a 10. As a kid, I don't know if I would appreciate it animated as much as I did as an adult.
We're talking about your perspective as you watched it.
Yeah, that was a 10 to me.
Is a 10.
So it started.
G1,
it started
1
off.
And 2
animated
was what,
started
6?
off low. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like stopped watching it when Starscream was just kicking everyone's ass.
Yeah, it started off slow, and then like the stories got really good, and I was so sad that they didn't pick it up anymore.
Okay, so you said G1, 1 and 2 was like a 6?
I would say like a 7 would probably be like, the stories suck, but like it's by far it's the reason Transformers is what it is.
We're talking about the perspective of the viewer at the time.
Yeah.
So at the time it was a 7. It's a 7, right?
Yeah, 7 or 8. I'd say is fair.
Animated is a 10. Where do you put Armada? At the time, through the goggles of you watching it,
I would probably put it at like a 5 or 6 from what I remember. So.
What about Transformers Prime?
Prime, I would probably give that an 8.
Okay. So Armada sucks.
I wouldn't say it sucks. I would say there's way worse, like Beast Machines. That's like
what about
1.
Beast Wars? Where'd you put Beast Wars?
So Beast Wars is tough for me because it's one of those things that everybody hyped it up so much that by the time I saw it, I was not impressed. I recognize some of the stories of Beast Wars are really good.
Let's say you go back, no one hyped it up. Unlike like me, I would come home at 4:00 and see 5 minutes of an episode, and whenever I happened to catch it, I never knew it was on. It was the same episode.
Uh-huh.
I was always miserable. I never got to actually enjoy it beginning to end.
Yeah.
But let's say I didn't have that baggage, and you didn't have the baggage of everyone hyping it up, and in that time, you got to enjoy it beginning to end. What would you give it?
It's so hard to say. I probably give it like a 6 personally.
So you think that the visuals like offset the writing?
Yeah, I firmly believe that. For me, that's what like took me out of it. Is like even then, I knew that particular style was not going to hold up, and yeah, it just kind of fell flat. So.
Yeah. Interesting. And where would you put Energon?
Energon, I did not have the pleasure of watching more than like an episode. I just decided it's not for me. So probably like the 1 scale.
Oh my god. I think Oscar loves Energon. Isn't that what Hotshot?
Armada has Hotshot.
With the yellow weirdo?
Yeah, Armada.
So is it Armada where they combine?
No, Energon is where they do the weird, someone makes the torso and someone makes the pants.
They're like, yeah, fuck it, let's make Voltron 3. Everyone's Voltron 3.
Exactly.
Oh, God. All right, let's move on. So this is Jetfire, you're saying?
Yes, I believe so, from Armada.
And it looks like they have little squiggly bits of figures sitting inside of him, or no? Or there's chairs. It looks like in the back there's
something
chairs
going on. I don't know what that is exactly.
It looks like there's it could be 2 people back there, and you could have this thing could be gigantic, can it?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be kind of like similar to the trailer for that Armada Prime because it makes alternate pair of pants for Optimus.
Wait, is this what inspired
it might
Bayverse
be.
Prime
it might
to
be.
join with Jetfire?
I think so.
Oh God,
Give me your body.
Yeah.
Die, old fuck.
I gotta fight this fucker on a pyramid.
Yeah.
I want to watch Revenge of the Fallen again. I swear to God. I want to watch the worst Transformers movies possible, just for the hell of it. Oh my God. This, I mean, look, as a line work, it looks good.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. It is what it is.
Can I ask you a question though, from a technical standpoint?
Uh-huh.
Okay. This is line work. The brighter parts where the lines meet up, which means this is a schematic.
Uh-huh.
This is a 3-dimensional schematic depicted 2-dimensionally.
Correct.
So what, okay, it's a stupid question. I mean, but I can't, articulate it better. What is it a schematic of? I mean, is this a schematic of the actual toy design?
I don't think so. I don't, it's hard to say because like you said, it looks like there's like seats and stuff and like, I don't know exactly what we're seeing.
So do you think it's just bullshit?
Like it looks like you got the general shape and then it's like, you almost looks like you have like where computers or something would be. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Okay, so I think it's bullshit. I think they just took a fucking scratch pencil to a blackboard, a blue board, and they're just like...
Yeah, just kind of make this look like it's something. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I wish I could tell you what exactly they're trying to show off here because I don't understand it.
And in Armada... Was there like a callback to the story between Jetfire and Starscream?
I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen it.
You call yourself a fan.
Hey, I'm not a fan of all the fictions that are out there.
You are too. All right, what's next? Mastermind Creations.
Yep, MMC. So they're doing...
Look at that, Justin.
Yeah, I know. Well, their first aid's freaking awesome, and they're... or wait, that was X Transbots that did the... Did they? Who has Groove? Somebody put out a Groove, and I don't remember if it was MMC or X Transbots at this point. I've got a Groove, and he's pretty decent. But I don't know who put him out.
Yeah, but okay, but what? Okay, how do you reconcile the scale issue?
Uh-huh.
I mean, are you okay with Defensor being MMC scaled and maybe their Bruticus being MMC scaled where other figures are Toy World scaled?
So, yes, I am okay with that on the basis that if the robots scale with the MP stuff and the cars kind of reasonably feel like they fit the scale, then naturally that combiner is smaller, and I'm okay with that. So,
well, I honestly feel like combiners should not all be the same size.
No,
they don't need to be the same
size
looking. To be. They do not need to be the same size to be the same scale.
Yep.
But once they're all the same size, Bruticus, Defense or Superion, they're all the same fucking size.
Yep.
That fucks it up.
Mm-hmm.
I think Defensor should be smaller.
Yep.
I think Predaking. What's funny is Predaking should be giant. And his alt mode should be smaller.
Yeah.
Because they're just animals.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I love the visuals. I love how the MMC, I love the Bruticus.
Yeah.
It's so G1. It just ticks every box. But I just can't get past the size.
Yeah.
Do you have the Bruticus?
No, I don't have the MMC Bruticus now. I had the Zeta Toys one. I'm like, good enough. So,
yep.
Good enough until Fans Toys is like, here's our Bruticus. Then I'm like, okay. But this, I have got their first aid. It's really good. It's a well done toy. It's fun to flip back and forth. It's
really?
Not frustrating. Yeah, I really like it.
Me.
I really like their first aid. So,
don't tempt me. I had started with the Warbitron Defensor, and I just bailed.
Uh-huh.
It was so bad. Didn't you get any of those?
No, I did not.
Horrible.
So, I was tempted to, and I'm glad I stuck away from it. So
it was like Psykill horrible.
Yeah.
Built poorly.
I heard nothing but bad things, so I'm glad that I didn't. I almost picked up First Aid just because he's my favorite rescue bot, or Protect-A-Bot, I should say. My son calls all Transformers rescue bots, and it's really
that's cute.
He's like, yeah, it's rescue bots. I'm like, no, they're Transformers. He's like, yeah, but they're rescue bots. I'm like, no.
They do rescue people.
A subset of the Transformers, like the fiction is Transformers. But yeah, he's like, Dad, look, you got a new rescue bot. I'm like, no, okay. But
shut up.
Whatever. So,
I mean, what do you feel about the fact that they do the perfect transformation.
I wish they wouldn't, frankly.
Right.
Because I think that that's a stupid thing to limit yourself with.
How are they limiting themselves by doing that?
Because you're potentially making your combiner weaker by not having extra parts that are purpose built to, strengthen those joints and stuff like that, right? Like, that's my opinion of it. So, I don't know.
Don't you think it's like an admission that it's a bad decision where they immediately release new feet?
Did they?
For Bruticus, they did.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I would say so for sure. And of that first aid, the thing that is kind of the most annoying about him is the fact that he's got a hand built into him.
Is it up his ass?
It's built into his legs, so might as well be up his ass. But yeah, I mean, that's probably the worst part of him, because sometimes that the fingers get in the way when you don't have them aligned exactly the right way.
They're not on ball joints, are they?
What's that?
They're not on ball joints, right?
I can't remember. I don't think so.
That's bad.
I think they're just on hinged joints, but there is the certain weird swivel to get things out of the way, and then they have to fit over one of the flaps that's gonna rotate in to hide up there, and you wouldn't have had to have dealt with that if you just had the hand peg in somewhere, you know. So.
And I can't imagine the wrist joints terribly strong.
Yeah. So.
Oh man, this is tough. I love Defensor.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in because I love Defensor, and like I said, their first aid has been spot on. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Streetwise.
I hate you.
Yeah, I would really say if you get first aid, I think you'll like him. He's real good.
I hate you.
So.
All right. Next.
All right. So Streetwise being in leg mode, all that stuff. Okay. Picture him next to first aid. Okay, good. And then they have I don't remember. Double dealer.
Prototor Nimbus.
Meh.
Masor.
Yeah, this is one of the things. I'm okay. I mean, I don't. Some people are I love Double Dealer. I'm I have zero nostalgia for this character.
Me too.
So I don't know. This is one of the characters that I'm not.
Age.
That
reveals your age.
Yeah.
That reveals your age.
Why do you think that? Is it because it's just
when it was released, that was when you hit your peak, as a kid.
Yeah.
You had Double Dealer. That's why you love this. If you love this,
I could see that for sure. Yeah, this is just I just don't really care about Double Dealer, and I don't feel my G1 collection not having them. I'm not oh crap, I'm missing something. I'm
missing a Double Dealer.
I feel nothing about having him or not having him. I don't particularly like the weird chicken thing he was, or the missile truck, and then this MMC thing doesn't even look like either of them. Honestly,
Skexy.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. Is this MMC or I'm sorry, MMC, an IDW version?
I don't know, and I would think that perhaps this is just the DZEF mold remolded, so they took liberties to make it work.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh, let's see what's going on. Notifications. Counteroffer. This is relevant. Yeah. This is relevant for the next thing. All right, let's go.
All right, so next is...
I just got a counteroffer.
The remix tapes. They've got the God, what's his name? I can't think.
Razorface.
Yeah.
What's his name? Razor Claw? No, it's not Razor Claw.
No.
Oh my God. Main box.
I can't
Kitty
remember.
Cat box.
Blaster. Cassette.
Oh, you're googling it, you asshole.
Steeljaw.
Why wouldn't you guess at least?
I don't know. First one that came to my head was Razor Claw 2. I'm no, that's Predaking.
So yeah, I just got my counter offer back. I've been. I know it's gonna come out retail, right?
Uh-huh.
But the FOMO is strong.
Uh-huh.
And word on the street is Matt was not hunting for anyone.
Uh-huh.
Okay, at the con. And I couldn't even ask him to get me one.
Sure.
But this thing was $90 at the con, which isn't bad. Do you have any of the tapes?
No, I don't.
You don't?
Nope. I've heard that they're really good, but the problem is that to me the scale doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, but you don't care about scale if it's a good figure.
I do though, because like I feel like these tapes are supposed to be like human size. Like the big thing was like Spike fought like Ravage, right? And it's like if Ravage is huge compared, it looks nice with Megatron, that's not the same as Ravage, being human size. So
I agree, but I just got to tell you, the Ravage, this mold, I don't know about this one, but Ravage is wonderful.
Yeah,
it's wonderful, and the tapes are wonderful too. And not the tapes, they Rumble, they're wonderful. I mean, Ravage, I can't believe you don't have it. It's so articulated. It's just really big. It has no place.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard great things, about pretty much all of them. It's just the scale just doesn't feel like it works right. Like Frenzy and Rumble, like to me, like again, they should be, smaller than like the mini bots, So
let me ask you this. So I put in an offer. I looked this up on eBay. This dude was asking $250 for this. Right? It's a TFCON exclusive. I offered $150. It was $90. I figured $150 is fair. This isn't 5 years ago, dude. This isn't 10 years ago where you get like some piece of shit, fucking chug thing that would go for $500.
Yeah, sure.
So I offered $150. We've gone back and forth. He came down to like $235, $225. I came up to $165. Then he came down to $195. And then I came up to $175, and he just countered with $185. So should I just blast it and not even accept it, or should I just accept the $185, or should I just say like $176?
Because I'm that type of person, I would do the $176 before I was just like let it go. Like nope.
Because I'm willing to walk away.
Yeah.
I should just say $176.
Yep.
So obviously no one's biting. I'm the only one making offers.
Yep.
And now I feel guilty. I'm taking advantage of someone. Like this dude needs the money more than I do. This is why I'm bad. I don't bother selling my figures. I just give them away. Should I say $176 just to be a dick?
Yes.
Okay, make counter offer. $176. Oh, this dude's gonna be mad. He probably thinks he's closing the deal at $185. Oh no, I gotta go log in through PayPal and everything. I'm doing it. I'm offering I came up $1.
That's what I would do.
I guarantee you, he's gonna come down to $180. He's gonna come down to $180, and then I'm gonna do $176.50.
Killing me over here.
I feel guilty.
So is there a theory that this is not coming out at retail? Like, is that
it will?
Yeah, there's no way, right? Like, why would you do that?
I just have FOMO.
Nah.
He's gonna say $180. Watch. He's so mad right now. He just knocked his mac and cheese meal off the dinner table in his basement.
Yeah.
This fucking asshole.
How am I supposed to get my toys for free? It's probably Matt. Would you laugh if you it ships from Arkansas?
What if Matt comes on the next show like, man, this fucking asshole.
He didn't listen to it. Yeah.
He was dickering with me over dollars.
I
don't even like how this looks, which is bad. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I don't like how it looks. Something's wrong with it. He looks like he came out of the vet. It doesn't look like a mane.
Yeah.
He looks like we're trying to stop him from licking his fucking stitches.
Yeah, that's true.
and the gold doesn't look right. The gold's not blingy enough. It's bronze.
Yep.
And the orange is, I don't know. It's so plain. And then, is that sparkly gunmetal just the cast plastic? I guess so.
I would hope
But
not. Sparkly plastic, and it doesn't ever go well.
yeah, it is. That's not painted. But the orange, I don't know, man. And the gold, it's all cast plastic. It's no paint. That's all cast plastic.
Yikes.
Ravage was painted, man. Ravage was painted.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like they painted his cassette holes to match the lower legs. But maybe they're painted. It just doesn't seem it. But that looks like cast gold. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look like good gold.
Yeah.
That's the Magic Square gold versus the New Age gold. The New Age gold is real shiny, and the Magic Square gold is dull like that. It's like bronze.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Why'd I just offer it? Please don't take my $1.76. Please don't take it. He's gonna accept it.
Yep.
He's gonna come down to $1.80, and I'm gonna decline offer, and he's gonna fucking be so mad.
You should. He's gonna offer like $1.77. It is. He's still gonna just decline it. Is what you should do.
Decline offer. If he doesn't accept the $1.76,
If he does $1.76.50, decline it.
Declining. He's gonna beat his mom up.
Uh-huh.
This is bad. If he can get up, he's gonna like ride his scooter into the kitchen and take it out on his mom.
I can't wait till we get the hate mail about this, because this is a listener or something like that, or a listener's friend that we've offended. It's going to be amazing.
All right, what's next?
So that's it for a third-party panel. We can get through these other things real quick. There's really not that much left. So we're on the official news, the Christmas time and Cybertron. So there's a pre-order up for Magnificus and a Holiday Optimus Prime, which looks kind of like one of those like Hess trucks, but Optimus Prime. This, let's see. So you probably want to click one of the links, like the.
Wait,
TCP
I'm looking.
or
Are there
whatever.
images? Are there?
So click one of the links on there. There's a Chosen Prime link. There's a TFCON link, all that stuff. Click that and you can actually see it. Magnificus is just Black Perceptor with G1 head.
Crap.
Yeah, the Optimus Prime. So I wanted Oscar to be here for this because I'm not 100% sure. The front of the truck is different. This is not a version of Optimus that I am familiar with. Like that cabin stuff is definitely a remold.
Yeah, but
I think it's just the Armada Prime, or not Armada, the G2 Prime, right? Like the laser Optimus,
yeah,
like remolded, I assume. So it's interesting, but like the thing that gets me is they have this deco on it that's supposed to look like the peppermint candy cane,
yes.
but then they also have like the white paint that's supposed to look like snow on the truck. But it ends up just looking like the paint scratching off. Because, like, it wouldn't lay like that on the side of the trailer. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, someone's like, yeah.
Why would there be snow stuck to the top on the
side of the trailer like that? Yeah, like, it doesn't make sense. And, like, it just ultimately looks like it's really scratched up, and it doesn't really scream holiday-style paint. And, like, even on the front cab, like it looks a little more snow-like, but the fact that like it's like dotted like that just again looks more like it's worn paint than snow.
You'd have to have white on the grill. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know, it wins
it. Like white on the grill too. Like you painted the grill silver. It doesn't look like it's driving through snow as a result.
I need to see mud. You're painting this up. We got to have mud splatting up.
Yeah, I would have rather like you did the green and red and all that stuff and lose like the creative quote unquote snow, because it just doesn't work, the snow.
But you know what works? His candy cane blaster.
Yeah, that candy cane blaster.
That makes it worth it.
Yeah,
this is only $57.
Yeah, I'm still not getting it. I don't need this in my house. I've got that little 5-2 Toys Cube Santa, so he'll be going out this year. I don't need Optimus Prime. You know what he should have had, though? He should have a little accessory for a Santa hat to put on the head.
It's on the logo, on the trailer.
Yeah. Put a little Santa hat in there. Come on.
Little sack. A little sack of Energon toys.
Yeah. Meh. So that's the Prime.
All right, what else?
So let's move on. Haslad has deathsaurus coming. So this is one of those things that, again, I could not possibly care less. It is 50% of the way there, roughly, and has 41 days. So it's probably going to complete. It's got a lot of hollows in it still. Look at the big old shield. It's just one big giant hollow piece. But whatever. If you're happy, I'm happy. So
Where's the shield?
If you look in like the very first picture with him standing there, it's pegged into his arm on the top left.
Yeah, I somehow scrolled.
Yeah, I gotta find it again too. I'm gonna reload the page. Hold on. Reload the page. Yeah, just hit reload on the page. It's the first picture. It shows up. It's pegged into his arm and it's completely hollow.
Oh, it's $180.
Yep.
And it's Voyager or Leader?
Probably like leader class, I guess. I don't know. Whatever scale their victory saber is probably the same.
MP10.
Yep.
Toys R
$100
Us was $119.
Yep.
MP11.
And this is what we're doing now.
Was $79.
Yep.
This is $180 fucking dollars.
And Hasbro is really bad about this. They've done a lot of blaming, like the shipping things and all this stuff, and like that's why the cost of stuff has gone up. And they never drop it later. They just use excuse after excuse for why their costs have gone up, and they never actually bring costs down for anything.
Oh,
so they cheap out at every corner, and yeah. But people back it. This is probably going to get funded. More power to you if you really wanted a deathsaurus.
All right, next, Super 7.
So this is our last piece of news. Super 7 has some more reaction transformers, which are the like 4 points of articulation. What makes these interesting? They've got like a Sharktacon, they've got the Quintesson Judge, things like that. But they've got that like G1 Unicron.
I love it.
I love it too. I'm buying it. Like I have to have this G1 Unicron because it's so stupid. Like, what made them decide to like let's do the G1 Unicron toy that never got released as a figure? I think he's only like 6 or 7 inches. There's some picture there. He's not gonna be big, but I'm okay with
6 inches.
Yeah, but I'm okay with it because like it's so fucking stupid. Like I
would want like a 1.5 foot tall one though.
I would like a 1.5 foot tall one, but having a 6 inch, like here's an example of this oddity. I'm 100% down with that. I'm buying it. So I don't give a shit about anything else in the lave. There's better Sharktacons.
Yeah.
There's better Quintessons.
It's better everything, really.
Yeah, but I need this. So that's it. That's the
All
news. Right. It's late. We should go to bed. I'm still sick.
You got to drink more fluids, man.
Oscar abandoned. I know. I could have gone upstairs and got more to drink, but we've been busy doing this show.
Are you working tomorrow?
Because Oscar abandoned us. Yeah, I worked today too. So I took yesterday off, and then I felt fine today, so I got up and went to work. So it's okay. I'll survive. So
all right.
I'm going to sleep. Everybody else should go to sleep tw if you're still listening to us.
Man.
Thank you.
No one's listening.
Listen to Oscar's spiel on one of the previous episodes because I'm not giving it here. We will see you later.
Adios.
Bye-bye.